This was a simple mistake. It wasn't supposed to happen. Now, before any of you jump to any conclusions, let me start from the beginning. My name is Rayne Shadow, and what you're hearing is me dragging a dead body across my office floor. I'm a simple private investigator by day and, well, something a little darker by night. Something like this takes a lot of planning, especially in this day and age. Damn, you heavy bastard, get in here! I grabbed his legs, sliding him farther into my office, making sure there was no blood trail. Killing wasn't on my bucket list tonight. It was only supposed to be a simple stakeout. But I got a little too close. I don't do well when there's abuse involved. Before I continue on. Quiet Passage Cemetery. It's not owned or operated by me. However...
This is Harper.
Meet Harper. He's my friend with benefits. I'm gonna need your services again.
What did you do now?
Nothing. He tripped.
Uh-huh. That's what you said about the last one. You called me at 2 a.m. You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know the details. Just meet me there in 15 minutes.
I may need an hour tops. He's heavy.
Did you drag him all the way upstairs of your place?
You're asking too many questions. I'll be there in an hour. Think you can help me with carrying him down there?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, so Harper's not exactly that type of friends with benefits, but he's damn good at helping me clean up after my nightly messes. I guess I should rewind a bit. Let's start with the guy currently wrapped in double-layered trash bags on my floor. Thankfully, those bags are holding up. So, yeah. Let's begin again, shall we? It started like any other job. A late-night stakeout on the worst part of Burg, West Virginia, where my agency, Shadow PI, is stationed. I'd been hired to stake out outside of a client's house, who suspected her husband was cheating on her. I wish that was the only thing he was doing. Jobs like this are normally boring, but this one? This file was a little bit different. 10 hours in, and an unmarked white van pulls up. I took a sip of my coffee, pulling my scarf mask over my face, sliding down into the seat of my car.
This is the place?
This is it. Boss said in and out. She usually goes to sleep this time of night. Should be a simple hit slip out the window. No one will even know we're here.
I slide back up in the seat, grabbing my silenced dart gun from the passenger, putting it in my holster. It would appear the husband put a hit out on his wife to try and collect insurance money. The two goons were already on their way inside. I couldn't go through the front door. The husband more than likely let them in. There was only one way in, and that was through atop the second floor of their house. I ran circling back around the house, checking the sliding glass door. Locked. I looked up to notice no lights or cameras, just a piece of lattice crawling up to the second floor of the house. I leapt onto it, climbing as fast as I could. I rammed my elbow into the window, breaking it and leaping in. I hid in a dark corner of the house, pulling out my tranquilizer gun. 2 men, crawling up the stairs with laser pointers on their guns. Somehow I managed to beat them. I raced down the hallway, knowing her bedroom was to the left at the end of the hall. She had given me a tour of the place. Miss Stansberry, you really need to start locking your door, even when your husband is home. There was Sleeping Beauty still snoozing away, like nothing was about to happen. I made my way over to her, shaking her.
Huh? What?
I placed a gloved hand over her mouth. Listen, we don't have much time. Your husband is not cheating on you. He hired a group of men to kill you. They're on their way right now to take you out. And if you don't get out of here fast, they could be successful.
What?
Up, now, or you're going to die. She got up off the bed and started breathing hard. You ever jump out a 2-story window before?
What? We'll break our legs.
Not if you land a certain way. I kicked the window in with my boot. Shards flew everywhere. It didn't matter. I grabbed Joy. When you land, tuck your knees and roll. Worst that's gonna happen is that you'll get a sprain.
Huh?
I pushed Joy. Feeling bad about it, but didn't have any time for any more arguing. She landed hard, but was fine. No time to leap. I slid under the bed, the black clothes doing their job, masking me in shadow as the door burst open and they stormed in with purpose. Thankfully, none of the bullets hit me, but they flew everywhere. They thought she was still in the bed, but hopefully she was long gone by now.
Ha 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 ha! Take that, you stupid bitch!
Ha! Think we got her?
It doesn't matter. Hey, wait. That window was supposed to be our escape route. It's broke. Did you accidentally shoot it out?
No!
I rolled out from under the bed, taking aim with my M9 dart gun. It was me.
Who the hell are you?
The reason why you aren't leaving. I shot both the men in the head, landing both shots with my tranq gun. I guess I lied. I left these 2 here to make it look like a burglary gone wrong, because I finished the job with my knife. I didn't like making messes, but sometimes you gotta make one to clean up an even bigger one. I stabbed both the men in the chest with my knife, pulling it out as fast as I plunged it in. 2 pieces of shit down, 1 left. I got up, walking down the hall, and that brings me back here. Ugh, Jesus. You'd think with all the crap you've done, you'd at least die lighter. Just a little farther and you'll be gone and out of my hair. I picked the guy up, tossed him in the back of my car. I'm not a monster. Not like the ones people hire me to deal with, but situations like this, they've happened more than once. By today's standards, yeah, they'd call me a serial killer. That's where Harper enters the story. I met him not long after my first red file. And the dirtbag in the trunk? He's not my first. He's number 4. I only carried him upstairs because I don't like leaving trash unattended.
Who the hell are you? What did you do?
I should have just walked out the front door. We would have only seen the back of my head. And in a town like Burg, West Virginia, how many women wear black cargo pants, a scarf, mask, gloves, and keep their hair tied back? Not enough for it to matter. I was ready to disappear. But then, she walked back in.
Steven, say it's not true. Did you try to kill me?
Oh, I did, honey. And the fact this bitch got in the way, now I'm gonna have to kill both of you. Right here. Right now.
Like I said, I should have left. But I couldn't. I turned around, putting my hands up in the air. Hey, you don't have to do that. All of this is just a robbery gone bad. No one has to die. No one has to know. Just put the knife down.
Who the hell are you? Did you hire her? I want my money. Do you know how much this bitch is worth?
Look, I know. But it's not worth spending your life in jail over or on death row. Just put the knife down.
No, I don't think so. One of us is leaving out of here alive with that insurance money.
Let me go!
And it just so happens that one of us is me. Now! You're going to tell me why my wife hired you, and you're going to lower your mask so I can see who the hell you are. Right now! Or I'm gonna slit her throat ear from ear. And I'm gonna make sure the cops know you broke in here with those two men to kill me and my precious little wife here.
I lower my hands down. A memory plagued me. My stepfather yelling and screaming at my mother, and grabbing her by her face, yelling at her. I shook my head, blinking and trying to not let it shine through too much, taking a step forward.
Not another move or I'll slit her throat. I mean it.
I know you were worried about him cheating on you, but I think maybe it's time to talk about divorce. Maybe when all this is said and done, we can get you that paperwork, yeah? With some good money, too? So you can finally leave this prick?
Hey, bitch! I'm the one with the knife to her throat. Only one leaving with divorce papers is me and her insurance payout.
Yeah. Can't let you do that, Steven. Sorry. I reached down, grabbing my dart gun, shooting him in the leg, launching myself at Mrs. Stansberry, and driving a shoulder into her, causing Steven to flail backwards into a kitchen counter to drop his knife. Both of them fell to the floor. I bent down to check on Mrs. Stansberry. Sorry about that. You'll be okay. Doesn't look like he cut you. Now on to you. I stood back up, grabbing Steven by his head, bashing it off the counter time and time again until blood. Lots and lots of blood.
Oh my god! Stop! You're killing him!
Again, I should have left, but I didn't. Here we are. Like I said earlier, I got too attached. My trauma got involved and damn him to hell. Who was he to bring that up in the back of my mind? His blood splattered across my all-black outfit, with Mrs. Stansberry in the back begging me to stop. Not exactly subtle or clean, but he deserved every bit of it. Hopefully the last thing he saw was the counter swinging towards his face. After about 6 more hits, I finally stopped. He was a bloody mess. So was I.
Oh god. Oh, what did you do?
Crouching down to calm Mrs. Stansberry down, I put a hand on her shoulder for comfort. I'm sure it wasn't exactly the best sight. Hey, it's okay. He's not gonna hurt you. Never again.
What are we gonna tell the police?
The police? You think with me being in this field in the daytime, I'd have more respect for authority, but the truth is, they were just as bad as the man that laid in the pool of his own blood on his own kitchen floor. They turn a blind eye for a padded paycheck, look the other way when the right people say the right things. Hell, half of the force in this town answers to the highest bidder, and trust me, it's never the victim. Justice doesn't wear a badge here. It wears a lower face mask, black gloves, and carries a knife in her boot. Someone has to be the face of goodness in this town. It sure as hell isn't them. But she was right. There was only one thing left to do. I stood back up. Don't worry about him. I'll take care of that. Your husband took off to leave you. Someone broke into your house. Here. I crouched back down, dipping a finger of my glove in a pool of her husband's blood, putting some on her clothes and a bit on her face.
What the hell are you doing? Stay away from me! That's my husband's blood!
I know. We have to make this look like the two upstairs put up a fight and you were in the middle of it.
The two upstairs? Are they still...
I shook my head. They're gone too. It's just you now. I was never here. Now, I need you to focus for me real quick, Mrs. Stansberry. Do you have any heavy-duty trash bags?
Under the sink.
She pointed me towards a cabinet. I stood across the room and opened it. Mr. Stansberry had been too kind and too creepy. Inside, besides the trash bags, was a roll of duct tape. I pulled them out and started bagging him. Joy just sat there, staring like she couldn't process what was happening. None of this was planned. When I was finished, I wound layer after layer of duct tape around the bags, sealing in the blood.
What do you plan on doing with him?
You let me worry about that. There's not enough of his blood on you to raise a red flag, and any trace, it'll wash off. I'll clean the mess down here too, just make sure nothing ties back. Forensics won't be a problem. Not when the husband's gone and there's no viable sample left to match. I know watching that wasn't easy, but it's over now. You did what you had to do. But again, this asshole had it coming. She was still in shock, trying to process what all happened. This is why I normally lurk in the shadows and do this type of thing when no one is around, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I grabbed some bleach under the same place as the trash bags and duct tape were. Again, if it weren't for taking this guy out earlier, I'd almost wonder if he wasn't something even more dangerous than he already was. Mrs. Stansberry pointed me in the direction they kept their mop and bucket. I did a little cleanup while she just sat there watching me, as I mopped her dead husband's blood from her kitchen floor. I know this was a shock thing. I also know that look. It was the same look my mother had. Eyes widened, shoulders pulled in, frozen, like her body wanted to run, but her mind hadn't caught up yet. Certain months of the year, he used to stay out late in the garage and work on his cars after he'd get off from work, then come in and grab her by the face, punching holes in the wall to avoid hitting my mom. He would yell things that would make the devil squirm. Me? I used to hide, until I stopped hiding.
Oh God! Rayne! What'd you do?
Yeah, he didn't see that coming. Neither did she. I couldn't take it anymore. I also knew that a stab in the back wouldn't finish the job, so I did. She covered it up, said it was an accident. That was the day I learned there was no justice waiting in a badge. Only people like me and her. So yeah, I knew that look. And I knew she'd carry it for the rest of her life. I finished mopping up the floor of her ex-husband's blood, crouching down to meet her gaze again. There's only one thing left to do. I pulled my cell phone from my pocket, dialing 911. By the time the cops come here, I'll be long gone, and you won't ever know this happened. Take this phone and take the battery out and toss it, okay? I handed the phone over to her, letting it ring a few times. I need you to answer me, Mrs. Stansberry. Do you understand? Mrs. Stansberry nodded in agreement.
911, what's your emergency?
Please help! Someone broke into my house and tried to kill me!
Even though she couldn't see it due to my mask, I smiled at her and started dragging her husband off to the back of my car. That leads me to where I am now. Driving to Quiet Passage Funeral Home, which I'll be pulling into right now.
There you are. I was starting to worry.
Worry? About what?
That you got caught. Anything. Did you hear about the break and enter on 29th Street?
My face went from friendly to a frown, real quick.
Oh no. Rayne, please tell me that's not...
Like I said, over the phone. He tripped.
All right, let's see him.
May need to bring the cart for this one.
That I can do. Give me 1 second.
Like I said earlier, Harper's my friend with benefits, just not the kind you're thinking. He's the one I call when things get too heavy to handle alone. 6 feet tall, short brown hair, dark blue eyes. A trimmed beard that makes him look more polished than he pretends to be. Handsome, yeah. I've told him that before. His voice? Low and booming, impossible to ignore. I'll never forget the night we met. Another job gone bad. I broke into his funeral home to use the crematory. Blood still drying on me, too dumb to check for cameras. Harper's not dumb. He lived just up the hill from the cemetery. Shotgun in hand, waiting. I was about to push the body in when I felt the barrel at my back. Turns out, Harper wasn't just a funeral director. Ex-military, special forces. You could see it in the way he held himself, how steady he aimed. I used my charm, calmed him down, told him the truth. He wasn't one to brag, but I could tell something inside him was broken. Maybe it was the last mission overseas, or maybe it was coming home to find his teenage sister gone. She'd reported being followed. Police called her drunk. Called her crazy. When she vanished, Harper went looking for answers. All he found were lies, cover-ups, and a system that failed her and him. A few months later, he buried her. That's why Harper doesn't ask questions. That's why he helps me, because deep down, under the gravel in his voice and the silence he wears like armor, Harper believes monsters deserve to burn.
All right, let's see this asshole. Damn, you weren't kidding. He is a big bastard. Come on.
Harper slid Mr. Stansberry into the furnace, flipping it on.
Do I really want to know?
Tried to kill his wife for insurance money.
And you were there?
She hired me to watch outside of her house, thinking her husband was cheating on her.
All that blood his?
He pointed to my uniform I wore at night. I'd almost forgotten I was covered in more than one person's blood. No, this isn't just his. It's the blood of the goons that he hired, too.
You need to be careful.
And you need to get me a key to this place. How far along are we with that?
We never had this conversation. In fact, I never even knew you were here. If things go south, toss that key. Understand?
Understood.
Oh, and Rayne?
Yeah?
Be careful. I'm not gonna bury you too. Understand?
You've got nothing to worry about. But I lied to him a bit. I locked up the shop, which is what I will refer to the crematory from now on, and made my way out to my car. My elbow was jacked up from the bashing in the first window at Mrs. Stansberry's house. I was sore, tired, and still had to get back to my house where my business is, to close up. As I drove in silence back to my place, my mind drifted. I kept thinking about the goons Stansberry hired to take out his wife. And what a piece of shit he really was. Money for life. That's all she was worth to him. How do you tell someone you love them, then put a price on their head? Hopefully Mrs. Stansberry pulls through. If she does, she'll wake up knowing I caved in her husband's skull. Fitting end for a monster like him. Who knows how many years she spent walking on eggshells before tonight. And those two goons? Just hired muscle. Random gangsters. But not too random. Burg's crime rate has been climbing. But murder for hire isn't something you just buy off the street corner. Stansberry planned that. Every step of it. The same way I planned mine. I came home to silence. Hey, buddy. I bent over, scooping up Dexter, my cat, not the show, though I wouldn't blame you if you'd assume. He greeted me with warm purrs from getting the pets. At least one of us still sleeps fine at night. I sat him back down on my couch nearby, making my way into the bathroom. Stripping off my blood-soaked clothes and turning on the shower. I let the bathroom fill up with steam before even stepping in. Nothing like a long night of murder, then washing away your victim's blood you got on you. I kid. The truth is, it never really washes off. I'm not talking about the blood, I'm talking about the weight of it. Not when you're the one delivering the punishment. I looked up into the hot water, letting it relax sore muscles. It was almost like even as a teenager, this lifestyle chose me. Standing up for those without a voice. But the upkeep of this lifestyle is demanding, and honestly, if it wasn't for Harper, I probably couldn't keep doing this. I finished up my shower and slipped into something more comfortable, a robe I kept in the bathroom. I made my way over to the living room, sitting down for a moment. My cat curled up on my lap and started purring. A picture of my mom looked back at me on my coffee table. She knows the real me. She knew what I was becoming. No, she didn't try to help or train me, nothing like that. I did that myself. Schooling, going to the gym, taking mixed martial arts classes. I did all of that. There's something about the human psyche that craves violence. It's just a matter of how you channel it. It can be used for good. Or bad. Mom's got her own issues. I can't just drop on her now what I do. So for the most part, I lie and say I work at an office. I mean, it's not too much of a stretch, considering this is where I work and live. The real question is, who besides Harper would accept me like this? Would Mom? Or maybe that's why she's the way she is now, with being crazy religious. She saw what I did to my stepdad and helped cover it up. So far, Harper is the only one that I know that would accept me. Which brings me to my next topic. I got up, setting Dexter to the side of the couch, making my way to the office, and pulling out Mrs. Stansberry's file. My files. There's something else I've yet to mention. Each case is neatly put together, and the ones that go wrong are put neatly in the filing cabinet beside my computer with a red sticker on top. Mr. Stansberry is case file 1127. No, that's not how many people that have had case files gone bad. I like to use the second two numbers to show that. But who's keeping track? I'm not. I slid the file into the drawer, shutting it, and reached up top to grab 3 others. One thing I shouldn't be proud of, I've got access to some serious police mainframes through my computer. Serious intel. Thanks to a certain someone whose case file is 1125. I opened the first file. Derek Flynn was his name. Nerdy, scrawny, bit of a sloucher. But in a way, he was kind of cute. He cracked the systems even the feds had trouble with. He's the reason I can go through precinct databases, scrub street cam footage, and check internal affair logs like I worked there. He's also completely in love with me, which made paying him easier, if you catch my drift. Let's just say it wasn't with cash. And no, I don't feel bad. Even if I was his first. Neither does he. And just in case he decides to be even more obsessive, I keep a file on him. Anyways, I reached out, opening up the middle file. Lacey Staten. Middle-length brown hair, brown eyes, 5'3", petite, fit build. She's one of my few actual friends. No red dot on her file. I keep it more for precaution than paranoia. Her background? Clean. Like, boringly clean. No arrest, no speeding tickets, works 2 jobs to get by. Stays fit by going to the gym, where I met her in my self-defense class. Takes care of her mom. Pays all her bills and taxes early. But hey, in my line of work, trust is earned, not assumed. And yeah, I know way too much about my friends and people, but I sleep better at night this way. Then there's Dexter. Gray little shit running laps around my office at 3 a.m. keeping me up. But I love him. He's helped me through some tough times. But at the moment, he was in the way. I picked him up, sitting him back down on the office, opening up the other file. Then there's Stacey. Stacey Holloway. Every friend group has that one person, the wild card that shines just enough to blind you to the cracks. Stacey was that one. 5'2", red hair that framed her face just right, freckles that gave her a sweetness she didn't deserve, and curves built to draw attention. She could have any man she wanted, and she knew it. But Stacey wasn't just about late nights and parties. She collected people the way some women collect handbags, show them off when they're useful, discard them when they're not. On paper, she looked spotless, nothing to raise alarms. But after digging deeper, I found the truth. Stacey was tied to a shady modeling agency. Her cars, her apartment, even the surgeon who crafted her figure, all bankrolled by Sable Rose Collective. And that connection? That puts her and them on my radar. Sable Rose Collective Agency. They claim to recruit models, but they're on my radar for another reason. Several women tied to them went missing not long ago. Trafficked? Maybe. I couldn't tell Stacey yes or no. With her stubborn head, she wouldn't listen either way. Especially now with her car, her apartment, even her implants, all bought and paid for by the agency. All I can do for now is keep tabs from a distance. And there's a reason I bring my friends up. Tomorrow's Friday night, and they want to go out. Against my better judgment, I said yes. Call it curiosity or maybe strategy. I've decided to keep a closer eye on them while I was at it. Truth is, I hate nights out. I'd rather be feeding a body to the furnace than making small talk over cheap drinks. But I also know social interaction has its uses. I slid the files back into my cabinet, shut the drawer, and made my way into the bedroom. Switched on the fan. 30 minutes later, sleep finally took me.
My wife sneaks out every night thinking I'm asleep. I was wondering how much it would cost you to tail her, just to see if she's cheating or where she goes.
Sure. What did you say her name was?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Her name is Zariah Vale.
I jotted her name down, looking up at the clock at my wall. Almost 4 o'clock. The girls would be at the club and the weekend is inbound. I'm gonna need a drink. It's gonna be a long couple of days. Trisha, my client, reached into her purse, pulling out some money and putting it on my desk. What's that? I haven't even given you a price yet for my services.
Oh, that's okay. Really, I just want you to get it done. I figure she's probably cheating.
Let's not jump to any conclusions until I find out, okay? Jot down your home address and what time you go to sleep, and I'll make sure to tailor her this weekend to get back to you. Also, give me your cell phone number. Mrs. Stagmer jotted down her name, address, and a number, sliding the piece of paper back to me. I showed her the way out of my office, making my way back over to my computer. Only her file came through today. It would appear Miss Stagmer's wife has been busy. 2 DUIs on record, but the computer didn't stop there. Missing persons reports tied to a corporate business around here. I wanted it to be Sable Rose Agency, but it was close enough. It was Evermart Global, fully funded, and by them. The case still remains opened. And even more came through. There's also a restraining order filed against her own wife, then dropped. It would appear Trisha wasn't fully honest with me. When I thought I had the full picture, it got worse. Zariah Vale wasn't even her real name. Zariah DuPont Z. Monroe Vale Holdings, LLC. The girls had more names than a cartel accountant. This was no cheating wife. This was something more. And now I was in the middle of it. I scrolled up to see her mugshot. 5'6", straight black hair, black female. 130 pounds, easily a catch. Her wife came in to claim she was cheating, but that doesn't check out. What's your real story, Zariah? I guess I'll have to wait and find out. I glanced over at the clock, seeing it was time to meet up with Lacey and Stacey. I made my way into my bedroom, slipped out of my business attire and into something more fitting for the night. Dark high-rise pants and a fitted black top that hugged just enough to keep wandering eyes busy. The kind of outfit that didn't scream danger, but whispered it if you knew where to listen. All right, Dexy, what do you think? Yeah, you always say that. I gotta get. Gonna be late, then Lacey will never let me live it down. I'll be back later tonight, okay?
See, I told you she wasn't going to show. She always does this. Says she's going to show and then doesn't make it. Have you checked your phone? She probably already texted you.
Stacey, you're already 2 martinis deep. I'm going to need you to tone it down a bit. She said she would be here. Plus, I just checked my phone. Nothing. So she will be here.
Okay, whatever. I need another drink.
Seriously? You're already 2 in.
Ladies, room for one more?
I was just going to get another drink.
See? Told you. Wow, look at you. You look great.
Thanks, you too. I would kill to be able to wear that dress.
Girl, if I had your body, I'd be wearing this dress anyways. You can rock whatever you wear.
Thanks. How many drinks is Stacey in already?
This will be her 3rd one.
One of those nights. Sorry I'm late.
No, it's no problem at all.
Like hell it is. We're here to party. I got you a drink, Rayne.
Drinking wasn't on the menu tonight, but one cocktail might not hurt. It's been a long week. I don't normally drink in these types of occasions, but Stacey was already going hard, and I knew turning down a free drink wasn't polite. Thanks.
Wait, you were going to actually drink that?
Fuck yeah, she is. Come on, Rayne.
Okay, Stacey. Take it down a few notches, please. Yeah, one drink might not hurt. It's been a long week.
Woo! Let's go! Party! There was totally a guy over there at the bar checking you out when you were walking in, Rayne. You should totally go hit him up.
I rubbed my temples, taking a small swig of the martini Stacey got me. What? No, there wasn't. Stop. Let's have fun tonight. But which guy?
Rayne, watch over her for a second. I have to use the restroom. Excuse me.
Staggering a bit, Stacey pointed to a dark-haired man. Looked like he went to the gym quite a bit, dressed in a black dress shirt and pants, standing at about 6 feet tall. Oh, he was kind of cute. but my eyes widened in shock as they went to the woman that was standing beside him. Zariah.
Shit. What? Do you not see him? Excuse me. He's totally right there. Oh my gosh, Rayne. He totally just winked at you.
No, it wasn't him I was worried about. It was the woman standing next to him. I took a sip of my martini, raising my glass to him, giving a flirtatious smile, and flipping my long black hair over my shoulder.
Girl, go talk to him. Go on.
I guess I could.
Go on.
Stacey gave me a slight nudge on my leg to get me over to where he was. The closer I got to Zariah, the more my smile faded. I slid in between her and the handsome man at the bar. Hi, care if I join you?
Yeah, go ahead. Definitely not going to say no.
He smiled back, like he'd just won the lottery. Poor guy. I gave him just enough eye contact to keep him hooked. But my focus wasn't on him. Not really. My eyes drifted past his shoulder, zoning in on her, Zariah. She was laughing at something, leaning against the counter with her long nails wrapped around a martini glass, while looking into her phone.
So, you come here often? That sure looks good on you.
I smiled, taking a sip of my martini. His compliment was a man's way of telling me I had nice breasts. Subtlety's a dying art. I gave him a playful smirk anyway. No need to ruin his night. Thanks. You're not so bad yourself.
Thanks. I'll take that after the night I've had. My buddy dipped on me. Figured I'd get a drink anyways. I saw you walk in earlier and your friend mentioned that you guys come here often, and I thought it was really cool that you guys come here to meet new people and stuff.
I kept my focus on Zariah, her fingers hammering the phone, whatever she was typing. It wasn't sweet. She turned from the bar quick, almost sloshing her drink onto me. I steadied it before she could.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
No worries. Just glad I happened to catch it before you spilled it all over my clothes.
Great. So, do I excuse myself from this, or...
Oh, I wasn't aware that you two were,
Oh, no, we aren't.
Well, there goes my shot.
Shit, hang on. Look, I'm sorry. Just be careful with your turn next time. Okay, Zariah?
Now hold on! Wait a minute, how did you... Wait!
I turned away, slipping through the crowd, losing sight of Zariah. My hand dipped into my pocket, pulling out one of my PI cards as I circled back to the man. Sorry about that. Here, don't count yourself out yet. My number's on the card. Gotta run. I made my way back over to the table looking for Stacey and Lacey. Stacey was at the bar making out with some random guy. No shocker there. Lacey still wasn't back from the restroom. Something wasn't right. I walked to the back of the bar, making my way into the ladies' room. Only 2 women in there. One was washing her hands, the other was fixing her makeup. Have either of you seen a girl with, mid-length brown hair, brown eyes, about 5'3"?
Ew, no, sorry.
I felt a jolt of panic and moved fast, checking each stall one by one. Doors cracked open, empty, no feet beneath them, no shadows waiting. I kept moving, searching for her. Lacey? The last stall opened. A phone laid, abandoned, on the tile, screen face down. I picked it up, pressed the side button. Lacey's lock screen. A picture of her and her mom. No, this isn't real. This isn't happening. I pushed out of the restroom, straight for the bar. Stacey was lost in some guy's arms, his mouth on hers, his body grinding. I tore her away before either of them knew what hit them.
Hey!
Stacey? Where's Lacey? She's been gone for at least 20 minutes. I stepped away to talk to that guy and she never returned. I found her phone sitting in a bathroom stall.
Did you at least get his number?
I raked my hand through my hair, scanning the bar, heart pounding. Lacey wouldn't just ditch her phone. She wouldn't vanish without telling me. Stacey, maybe, but not Lacey. Are you sure you haven't seen her? Stacey staggered a bit. I grabbed her shoulder, keeping her level with me. God damn it, Stacey, I need you to focus. She wouldn't just leave us.
Ugh, you're blowing this way out of proportion. Maybe she's just hooking up.
Without her phone? No. And you're sure you haven't seen her since she went to the bathroom?
Hey, lady, what's your problem? She said she hasn't seen her.
Oh, butt out! Stacey, stay here and don't do anything stupid. I pushed through the crowd, breaking into the night air at the back alley. The smell slammed me, garbage, booze, and that cold, metallic bite. Blood. A scent I recognized all too well, carved into memory from nights painted with it. Come on, Lacey, be here. Don't be caught up in this somehow. I scanned the alley, shadows clinging to every corner. Just beyond the dumpster, something's off. A scuff, the drag of heels, then the smear. Blood. My stomach tightened. I dropped into a crouch, phone in hand, and followed the crimson trail from the wall all the way to the street. I looked down at Lacey's phone. A random text came through. No name, not a saved number, just coordinates. Someone wanted me to find this. Or someone wanted me next. Whoever this was, wasn't smart enough to cover their tracks. Damn it, Lacey. I stood back up, letting my hand brush against my blade wrapped around my ankle. In Burg, West Virginia, one can never be too sure, even on a girl's night out. I wasn't going to play this like a victim. I was going to play this like a predator. And when I found out who took my best friend, they're going to be my prey. I made my way back into the club, pushing through the crowd, scanning every face, every table. Stacey was still draped over the bar. Useless woman. Only cared about herself and her objects. My best friend I was looking for was not there. But neither was Zariah. I walked back over to Stacey, keeping my calm. Night Predator Shadow kicked in. We're leaving. Now.
Whoa, that's not the vibe at all. Can I at least get her number?
Stacey, do you want this man's number?
Hells yeah!
Stacey pulled out her phone, exchanging the numbers with the man. I grabbed her by the wrist, paying the bartender as we made our way out to the parking lot to my car.
You know, you don't have to be such a bitch sometimes, Rayne.
Not here. Not now, Stacey. Just get in the car. Please.
Oh, shit. Where's Lacey?
You tell me.
Rayne, what's going on? Did you ever find her?
The car fell into silence until Stacey's snores cut through. A wave of relief hit me. No drunk questions, no messy conversations. She was already gone after her third, though that didn't stop her from drinking more. I pulled into her complex. Killed the engine and helped her stumble to the door. Keys. I guided Stacey to the couch, laying her on her side with a pillow under her head and a bucket tucked just beneath her, just in case, while making my way to the front door and making sure it was locked. I slid into the driver's seat and grabbed the little tracker I gave Lacey for her birthday. The one she joked was too paranoid. Good thing she kept it. The signal was weak, bouncing somewhere in the warehouse district. But it was still alive. I'm coming for you, Lace. By the time I pulled in front of the abandoned warehouse, the signal cut out. No sign of her. No one knew where she was, except one person. And I was about to knock on their door.
Oh, someone left their phone.
Oh, that's mine. Sorry about that.
You should really check your surroundings before you leave.
Yeah, sorry. I normally do. This night has been kind of crazy.
Oh?
It's nothing. Just work. You know, typical stuff.
And let me guess, you don't get paid nearly enough, so you're stressed. Maybe I can help.
You a therapist or something?
Oh, no, nothing like that. But I do work with a collective that helps women like you. You've got something, girl. That energy, the look.
Thanks. But I'm not interested. I'm not looking for anything like that.
Now, just 5 minutes, that's all I ask.
I really should go. My friend, she's waiting on me.
Oh, well, looks like you're out of time.
Wait, what?
Should have just taken me up on my first offer. Come on, you dumb bitch.
This the one?
Mm-hmm, this is her.
Oh, she's pretty. She'll do well in the market. Sit her in the back so we can bounce. Did anyone see you?
No, I even placed her phone back in the stall to make it look like she forgot it there.
Good. And her number?
Yep, took care of that too. Here.
Good. Here's your payment. I better get before someone notices she's missing.
A warehouse, just off of Camden Drive. It's always the places no one would suspect. By day, a warehouse ran with normal operations for this town. By night, something else. No, something doesn't add up. Even if she is here, how would they get away with normal day operations? If I go in there and Lacey is in there, I could be arrested. Or worse, shot. But she can't wait. Whoever took her is most likely in there too. I got out of my car, making my way around to the trunk, grabbing a suitcase I kept in there. Yeah, this city is so bad I keep what I need in the back of my car in a locked briefcase. I unlocked the combination, grabbing my scarf and tranquilizer gun. Not my usual clothing, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Slipping my scarf on my face, I made my way down the path to the warehouse. 2 ways in. Side door of the warehouse and the bay doors. Either one of them could be risky. Shit! Before I could react, 2 men in tactical gear stepped out through the side door. I bolted forward, pressing my back to the wall of the warehouse behind the door just as it swung open.
I hate guarding outdoors. Yeah. Just do a clean sweep and then we can go back inside. Fine, but you're gonna hear me bitch about it.
I waited for the one guard to leave and do his rounds to creep up behind the one standing at the front door. putting the barrel of the dart gun to his temple. "Don't move. If you move, I will shoot you," the guard answered with his hands up in the air.
Don't shoot me, please.
I moved to the front of him, keeping my aim on the man's head with my tranquilizer gun.
A woman? Like I'm supposed to be afraid of you. Do you even know how to use that thing?
Care to find out? Keep in mind, I'm the one with the gun to your head, asshole.
If you're going to shoot me, then do it already.
He insisted. So I did. It was just a dart to the head. Quick, quiet, effective. Honestly, after that sexist jab, I nearly wished it had been fatal. I dragged his body into the shadows behind a dumpster, the alley swallowing the scene like it had seen worse. Stripped him of the essentials, vest, keycard, earpiece. The gear was loose, boots ridiculously oversized, but I cinched the laces tight. They do. I tied my hair up into a tight bow at the crown of my head to make it look short. Slid my scarf up to cover the bottom half of my face. Glad I can adapt my voice to many levels. Masculine enough to pass if I keep it short and sharp. The body wouldn't be found for hours, maybe more. Depends how long the other jackass takes to miss his partner. I swiped the card. The door unlocked with a soft click, and I stepped into the unknown. First thing to hit me, sterile air. That clinical stench. Too clean, too controlled. Bright overhead lights bounced off the polished concrete like stage lights on a horror set. 2 black cargo vans and a line of logoless SUVs sat parked, engines still warm. Nobody looked twice as I passed. I blended in like I'd always belonged there. An elevator came down to the floor, opening as 2 armed guards came trotting out. Behind them was Mrs. Stagmer? What the hell? My eyes widened with shock. I exhaled, maintaining my composure. Oh, this could be fun. I guess you'll be going in the furnace next.
You there. What are you doing here? I thought you were supposed to be on patrol outside.
Oh no. Hopefully she won't recognize my voice. I did my best to make my voice sound masculine. I was, ma'am, but it's all clear. We got one still out patrolling, making sure the grounds are secure. I was told by Mrs. Zariah to do my rounds and come back in to check in with her. That was a hell of a lie. Let's hope she buys it.
Oh, she did she? Huh. You aren't one I recognize. New transfer?
Yes, ma'am. Transferred in from the Upper District last night. Wasn't given much of a debrief.
Clearly. Well, it seems like we don't just have new clients, we have new employees, too. Zariah's in the lower wing, or at least that's where she said she'd be. Well, go on. She's expecting you. I'll verify with her shortly.
I nodded. Thank you. Mrs. Stagmer stepped aside, letting me into the elevator. I glanced at the panel, 1 button. Down. That told me everything I needed to know. This operation ran underground. By day, they were just a warehouse. Clean, controlled. The elevator? Probably disabled or off limits to daytime staff, but by night, they were a trafficking ring. I hit the button, letting the elevator carry me into the heart of their operation. I needed to find Lacey. Fast. If she was down here, locked in some numbered room, it was only a matter of time before they shipped her off to some market. Or worse. Killed her. I stepped into fluorescent hell. Sterile, echoey. Long corridors with locked doors on either side. Each one looked identical. Clean, quiet, controlled. Lacey could be in any one of these rooms. I can't just go barging in. I'm sure there's cameras and alarm systems if I go barging in. I took off running down the long hallway. It was hard to believe this place was here, underground the entire time. I needed to get to the security room to manage cameras to see where Lacey was. That was plan A. Plan B was to not let Mrs. Stagner out of my sight. She lied about her wife cheating. She knew all along what Zariah was up to. Hell, she'd been part of it all along. Finally, at the end of the corridor, was a set of stairs that led up to a room with a white door that read security. What a relief that the keycard worked. I stepped in. Monitors lined the far wall, each screen showing a live feed. Bedrooms, holding rooms, lounges made to look like modeling suites. Each woman posed, dressed, or just sitting there waiting. Every room was numbered, systematic, cold. I made my way over to the main center one and moved the mouse to kick on the monitors. Come on, Lacey. You have to be here somewhere. I pulled up the internal log. Room 7C. Lacey Staten. Unprocessed. Unprocessed? That meant she hadn't been sold yet. That was some good news at least. Hang on, Lacey. I'm coming. I moved the mouse again to click off her room, but the screen shifted back down to an alert system. I clicked on it, pulling up the larger screen. Guards and Mrs. Stagner came down the elevator looking angry and with a purpose. They must have called Zariah to verify the new recruit. Shit, no, not now. Trisha must have caught on or was trying to meet back up with Zariah. The good news is, I won't be losing track of her. The bad news is, they're now hunting for me. My eyes skimmed the keyboard. A glowing red button lit like a dare. I slammed it. The screens on the monitor all lit up one by one with an urgent message. I scroll my mouse over one of them to see the girls' doors opening up one by one. This will give me leverage and a chance for these poor girls to escape. No time to move. I peeked out of the security booth, seeing Trisha and the two guards she was with running towards the security booth. Grabbing my dart gun from my side, I slid down into a dark part of the room close to the door. I knew they'd be coming, but I didn't think they'd be coming this soon. I was done playing games. Everyone here was part of this sick empire. No more second chances. I drove my blade into his chest after he fell from my dart, sheathing my blade. I grabbed his silenced pistol off his vest. It'd go louder soon. But for now, clean, quiet, and Rayne Shadow approved.
Status report? Why are you taking so long?
No worries. I knew the other one would be coming soon, too. Maybe we can speed things along? I slid the man's body down the flight of stairs. It gave me enough of a distraction to slide my way out of the back door, staying in the shadows. The security room lit up with gunfire. I was glad I was no longer in there. These men weren't just trained to hunt and protect these two pieces of shit. They were trained to kill. Probably contracted out from special ops. I kept in the shadows of the underground facility, only to be met. The barrel to the temple of my head.
Nope. Stop right there. Take your mask down. New recruit my ass. I want to see your face before I blow your brains out.
I stood still, putting my hands in the air, but maintaining my composure.
I said, drop your fucking mask.
Not gonna happen.
All right then, I'll do it for you.
She reached for my mask, but I grabbed her arm, wrestling her to the ground, shooting her in the back of the neck with my dart gun. She was alive, but out cold. I didn't have long before her goon met back up with me. My eyes scanned the area, seeing a medical transport cart. Used to move unconscious girls like they were laundry. Sickening. I picked the silenced pistol back up, sneaking into the shadows, managing to use Trisha's body as a decoy. The other guard followed shortly after.
Trisha! Shit! She's down! Stay with me, Trisha! I'm radioing for backup!
I wouldn't do that. I stepped in front of the guard.
You! The new recruit!
No. I let my hair down that I tied in a bun to make it look short, and lowered my mask. I want you to get a good look at me as I blow your brains out. The man I stole this uniform from taunted me, asking what I was gonna do. I want you to know all of this was shut down by a woman.
Who are you?
I'm no one. I'm a shadow. Alright, enough of that. I put my mask back up, making my way over to Trisha and dragging her over to the medical transport cart, stuffing her body in and moving the cart with me. Now to find Lacey and get her the hell out of here. I walked down the long, vast corridor, taking left. All the rooms looked the same. Big metal doors that could only be opened from the outside. A few girls ran by me, barefoot, wide-eyed, but none of them were Lacey. I kept walking until I got to Section C. Then I started counting up and took off running with the cart. After a short amount of time, I made it to Lacey's room. The door still opened from the emergency button I pressed earlier. There, lying on the floor in the corner, curled up in a ball, shaking and crying. Still dressed like some damn doll in this sick parade.
No! Please! Don't come near me! Please! Just let me go. I promise I won't tell anyone about this place. Just let me leave.
I never really thought of what I was going to do when I found her. I couldn't just expose myself. That would lead to more questions than answers. Lacey Staten, right?
Yes.
You're coming with me. I'm here to get you out.
What?
Please, you just have to trust me. Come on. I reached down, gloved hand extended, and helped Lacey to her feet. She rested a trembling hand on my shoulder for balance. I grabbed the medical cart and started pushing it forward, both of us heading towards the elevator, one step closer to getting out.
Who are you? And what's with the cart? Are you with them?
I'm the person that's gonna get you the hell out of this alive, and no, I'm not. Now come on. Lacey was shaken. I wanted to reach out and put a hand on her shoulder, or even give her a hug to tell her she was going to be okay, but I knew if I did that, it would blow my cover. She will be okay, but her emotional scars will still be there. Let's go. I pushed the cart forward out of the elevator. Lacey kept a hold of me with one hand to keep her balance. All the drugs they pumped into her system, I was shocked she was able to walk on her own. We exited the warehouse. The contrast of the cool night air hit different after everything underground. The outside almost felt unreal.
Who are you?
I'm the person that's gonna get you the hell out of here. Now come on! We moved through the parking lot outside area of the warehouse to the exit. Lacey stopped to take a look at the warehouse. The alarm system I pressed was still going off. Nearby law enforcement officers would be here soon, and I didn't want to be around to deal with them.
What the hell is this place?
Doesn't matter. We're out. I pushed the cart through the gravel with one hand and grabbed Lacey's palm with the other. She struggled a little bit and managed to use the slickness of my glove's grip to pull away.
Hold on a damn minute. Who are you? You knew exactly who I was and where to find me. I want answers, damn it. I don't even remember where I am or what happened.
She deserved answers. But not here, not now, not like this. We needed to move. Come on. My car's this way. I'm someone that wasn't supposed to know you were here, but I did. I wasn't gonna let them ship you and all the other girls away.
I'm not going anywhere with you. Not till you give me some more answers. How do I know I can trust you?
Damn. She was going to make me play the bad guy, wasn't she? I didn't move. I just held her gaze. I wanted to lower my mask, to tell her who I really was. Instead, I let my bright blue eyes do the talking, as she stared directly into them. Lacey, I get it. You've been drugged, locked up, and now a masked woman comes to drag you out in the middle of the night. But I didn't do all that to hurt you. Now can we go? The cops will be here any moment with that alarm going off.
Then why should I trust you if you aren't with the police?
Because I came back for you. I didn't just blow the lid off of this place and the people that locked you in that room. They don't leave witnesses. If I was one of them, do you think you'd still be standing here? Plus, the police are more than likely part of this. I don't know how deep this runs. She hesitated, rubbing the back of her arms that were folded together, scanning me up and down. Her eyes stayed fixated on mine, like she was looking to find something. In that moment, I hoped she did. But I had hoped she didn't recognize me just by looking at my eyes. After a brief moment, she nodded just a little, giving me enough indicator that I needed to guide her back to the car. All right now, the car's this way.
If you won't tell me who you are, then will you tell me what the hell that is?
Don't worry about it. I started to move Trisha to the trunk of my car from the cart.
Ugh. What the hell? Is that a body? Who is that?
Like I said, don't worry about it.
No, what do you mean, don't worry about it? Who is she? Is she even alive?
She was spiraling. Too loud, too worked up. We didn't have time for this. I got Trisha in the trunk and shut it, making my way over to Lacey, putting my hands on her shoulders to comfort her. You're gonna be okay, I promise. I took my dart gun, pressing it to the back of her neck. Straight shot to the back of her neck, knocking her out cold almost instantly. I caught her before she hit the pavement. Sorry, Lace. You'll thank me later, but this has to happen. I dragged her body to the back seat of my car, laying her down gently, making my way to the driver's side of my car. Trisha Stagmer. You lied to me when you came into my office about you not knowing where your wife was in the middle of the night. But that's okay. Tonight I'll figure out what your real motives are. You and your wife tried to take someone away from me that I held deeply close to me. For that, I'll take something away from you. Lacey will be fine. She will have emotional scars after tonight. She's been through a lot, and she might have a little swelling from the dart in her neck, but it'll be better this way. Better she return home alive than not at all. I pulled into the parking lot behind the shop, ran inside, grabbed the gurney, and came back out to wheel Trisha in. Time to get some answers. Just to make sure she doesn't escape. Reaching on a nearby table, I grabbed a salt pack, putting the smell of ammonia under her nose.
Huh? What the hell?
I didn't normally do this type of thing, and yet here we are. It was better and much quieter when they're just out from the dart. Hi. Remember me?
Who said that?
I lowered my mask down, stepping out of the shadows of the crematory, exposing my identity.
The PI? You've got to be kidding me! Get me the hell out of here! I didn't hire you for this! I hired you to track down Zariah!
Yeah? And where is she now? And I don't think so. See this? I pointed to the furnace, levitating my finger over the button, tempting her.
You wouldn't dare. I have rights. I know people. You're bluffing. You don't have it in you.
Yeah. So did those girls you were holding prison. Plus, you'd be surprised what I have in me nowadays.
You're crazy! Let me out of here, you crazy bitch!
I reached down, putting a hand over her mouth. You're gonna tell me exactly what I want. Then, like those girls, you and your wife snagged and sold to the trade. I'm gonna make you disappear. And no one will be coming to save you. Now, when I let go of your mouth, you're not gonna scream. There's no getting out of this. No pleading. You're gonna tell me everything. Got it? Her eyes widened with fear. She knew she wasn't in control anymore. I lowered my head to her ear. This furnace you're laying in front of is industrial grade. Dual chamber, built to reduce a body to ash in under 90 minutes. No dental, no bones, no fingerprints. It burns at 1600 degrees. That's hot enough to melt your skull into the tray below. You think your connections are gonna dig you through that to save you? By the time you go in there, you'll just be in a trash can. Now I'm going to let go, and you're gonna give me everything you know, understand? Blink if you understand. She blinked, and I removed my hand from her mouth.
What? What do you want to know?
Everything. Start with Zariah. Where is she right now? What's she planning? Why get me involved? She didn't answer at first, so I reached back towards the button. Didn't have to touch it to remind her it was there.
Okay. She's planning another transfer, another auction. Or she was supposed to anyway, before you got involved. She more than likely has a plan B, though. She always keeps one in her back pocket, just in case we ever have to tie up loose ends. Help by Warehouse 5C, by Point Drive Terminal.
Loose ends like Lacey? I flipped the furnace on to show her I meant business.
No, please, you don't have to do this. I've told you everything, please.
Who else is involved?
I don't know all their names. Zariah will find you. There's a reason why she picked me to go to you. It wasn't just random. Please let me out.
You knew I was close to Lacey, so you got me involved to try and throw me off when you kidnapped her and sold her to the trade, didn't you?
Yes.
There's just one small detail you forgot to think of. That's me doing all of this. I'm a better private investigator than you thought. I'm not like the other law enforcement officers in the area. You expected me to fall in line just like they do in this town, but I didn't.
Rayne?
You?
I put a gloved hand over Trisha's mouth. A little busy here, Harper. What can I help you with?
I see that. Hang on a second. Let her talk. She acted like she knew me.
I took my hand away from her mouth.
Your sister, she's alive.
What? What the hell are you talking about? I didn't know too much about Harper's sister. You told me just enough, and I didn't pry. I raised an eyebrow looking down at her on the sliding table. She was bluffing. I had this way of telling. When she dropped the line of his sister being alive, it was like dropping a match in a puddle of gasoline. My instincts kicked in. Not the kind that help you survive, but the kind that told me to protect Harper from this wound that hasn't healed yet. It also showed me what type of person she was. She was lying to survive, and Harper was falling for it.
Now you got me interested. Speak like this is your last time talking. Either way, you're going in there.
Oh, please, no. If I give you more information about your sister, you have to let me go.
Stop it. It's too late for that. It's too late for you. Don't you see? You and the others like you are better off dead and gone. All you do is pray all the time, and quite frankly, it's sickening. It ends here tonight.
No, that's not true, please. You have to stop her. She's crazy.
No, you got my sister involved. Now, speak.
Trisha's lips trembled. She was pale, sweating, cornered on both sides now. She looked up at me, then at Harper, then back at the furnace burning behind her. I gritted my teeth, looking at her with disgust. After all, the police found DNA evidence. Then where is she?
I don't know. I don't know. I swear, I only heard Zariah mention her when she was angry. She said if Harper ever found out the truth, we'd have to bury the whole damn city.
Harper moved in, pushing me off to the side. He stood above Trisha, looking down at her, pushing his index finger into her forehead, while his left hand was on the table. Harper? No.
Quiet, Rayne. I want to hear what she says. She knows something. So if she does, then you need to spill it. I will shove you in the furnace faster than she will if you don't spill what you know about my sister.
Like I said, that's all I know. Please, let me go. That's all I know, please.
Did I mention I normally like to do these things alone? And the reason why is showing. Though they're normally asleep, this matter was a bit different. Harper, don't. She's lying. The cops collected the DNA. Your sister is gone. She's just trying to bluff her way out of this.
Quiet, Rayne. What do you know about my sister?
Let me go, and I'll prove to you that I'm not lying.
Harper, listen to what she just said. Do not cut her ropes from the table.
If you let me go, I'll tell you everything. Everything. I'll even tell you where to find Zariah's next auction. Just please, let me go.
Harper, don't. If you let her go, she could run out of here and tell Zariah everything. It will blow the lid off of everything. Do not do that. She's lying.
And what if she's not, Rayne? You know just as well as I do. The cops in this town are just as corrupt as her.
I do. That's why you need to not trust her and trust me. Put the knife away and slide her in the furnace.
What? No, please, please, do you really think I'd bring up your sister if I was lying? You have to stop this crazy bitch from putting me in there, Harper, please.
Harper. Do what you feel is right.
Damn it.
Yes! Thank you, Harper, for being such a dumbass.
The moment the last rope dropped, Trisha moved, fast. She shoved off the table and sprinted for the door, full of smug satisfaction like she just outplayed us. Damn it, Harper! Grab her! Everything happened so fast. Harper grabbed Trisha in a bear hug, picking her up and throwing her hard against the wall. A loud filled my ears. My eyes widened in shock as Trisha laid in her own blood and brain matter on the crematory floor. And this is exactly why I do this alone. I will make sure the door's locked next time. My mistake.
Fuck!
Harper slid down the side of the wall, just far enough that he wasn't sitting in Trisha's blood. I looked down at him. His eyes weren't blank like Mrs. Stansberry's after she saw her ex-husband in a pool of his own blood. No, his mind was somewhere else entirely. This was a pure trauma response. He was frozen sitting there. Did this remind him of something he'd done overseas? Something he saw? The mind has a way of hiding things you want to bury. I bent down, meeting his gaze. Harper? No lectures. I've lived in this state before myself, closed off from the world, feeling like everything around you was collapsing. And keeping this town safe didn't help me any with that. Some days I'd close up my PI shop and just lay around in bed with my cat Dexter depressed, thinking of how better off this world would be without me. I pulled him in for a hug, trying to comfort him. Hey, it's okay. She's gone now. Deep breaths.
Rayne, do you think she was lying about my sister?
I pulled away to look at him in the eyes. I don't know, but tomorrow I'm gonna need to look into this auction.
If what she said is true, this bitch knows my sister is alive. These are some powerful people. Rayne, I'm going with you.
What? No, I work alone.
You are, and you do. But let me go with you tomorrow night. If what she says is true, then it would blow the lid off this corruption of law enforcement in this town.
You're right, it could, but Harper,
Just one time, that's all I ask. Never again. I need to know if what she's saying is true or not.
Fine. Just once. I'm only letting you come this one time tomorrow night. Now, help me clean this mess up. I stood back up, turning the furnace off and extending a hand to Harper. He took it, running a hand through his middle-length curly black hair.
Again, sorry about this. I'll help clean this up.
Hey, it's your crematory. No need to apologize. Now go grab what we need to get this brain matter off the floor.
I'll get the bleach and the cleaning supplies.
She was never going to tell us everything. You know that, right? Just enough to try and let her go. She got to you. But that's okay. Don't worry about it. She's taken care of now.
I know. She just mentioned this Zariah woman. She said if I knew the truth, I'd burn this whole town down. Do you think?
He stopped mid-sentence, the way I have before when your mind starts to play scenes that haven't even happened. When what-ifs become its own trauma. I know we've only known each other for a year, but I don't think you've ever told me what happened to your sister. No police report bullshit, the real thing. If you don't mind, that is.
Sorry. I've never really mentioned it before. She vanished. That's the version I know. The one I lived with. We had a fight. She wanted to leave town shortly after I came home from overseas. Said we needed to leave because there were people following her. I thought she was drunk or high all the time. That's my fault. I should have taken her more seriously. Next thing I know, she's missing. And I was at her funeral. Cops said they found her. Never did get to confirm whether it was her or not. Next thing I know, I'm mourning her at her funeral. They wouldn't even let me see her in the open casket, or get close to her body to identify if it was even her.
No report, no confirmation of the body. They just told him his sister was dead with sources of, "Trust me, I'm the law." This town was so ass backwards, and now I'm right in the dead center of a trafficking ring. Or maybe something bigger. Justice was coming to Burg. Just so happens, she stands 5'6" with long black hair and bright blue eyes, weighing at 120 pounds.
Rayne?
Sorry, I was just thinking. What was your sister's name?
Addison Knox. She was smart and fiery. Couldn't stand bullies even as a kid. Hell of an artist, too. She once got in trouble at school for taking a tray to a teacher's head for calling a student a slur. Mom thought it was funny. Still had to punish her. Drugs came into play when she was in her 20s. Despite all of her demons, she had a damn good heart. That's why when I met you and saw what you were doing, I knew I could help in some way.
The way he said her name, I could tell it wasn't just grief, it was guilt. The kind that festers and never heals. Burg has a way of leaving you with ghosts. No matter how long you've lived in this town, some of us are just better at hiding it than others. She sounds like she was someone worth fighting for.
She was. But I didn't listen. Imagine being a big brother who went off overseas, only to come back and write off your own sister. Thought she was just strung out, paranoid, making things up. Then one day, she's gone.
I didn't say anything. Not because I didn't want to, but because I knew that silence. The kind that settles when the past wins for a moment. You can't keep blaming yourself, Harper. If she is alive, and the cops are covering it up, we'll get to the bottom of it. I know that doesn't mean much, but I'll help you get to the bottom of what's really going on.
Thanks.
All right, let's get this over with.
You sure?
Yeah, we're done here. Place smells like bleach, and I don't see any more blood on the walls.
All right.
We laid her on the table, firing the furnace back up, but before we slid her in, I checked her pockets. A folded piece of paper with her phone. I threw her phone back onto her corpse while unfolding the paper.
What is it?
Address. Confirming what she said about the auction before we let her go.
We? Do you mean you?
No, we. I left it up to you. You didn't know it would escalate to this.
Well, at least we got the confirmation for the address for tomorrow.
First stop tomorrow night.
You ever get used to this?
No, but I got better at it.
She deserves more than this. This was too quick for scum like her.
She does. If you'd seen what I saw in that warehouse, those girls locked up like cattle, you wouldn't even second guess.
All right, let's do this.
Rayne? Harper?
My stomach dropped. Lacey had somehow slipped out of the car and made her way into the crematory. I froze, eyes widening as I locked onto hers. How much had she seen? Harper stepped aside, and there she was, curious, dazed, still groggy from the dart I gave her. And yet, despite everything, she'd managed to stumble her way into the one place I didn't want her to be.
What's that smell in here? Rayne! Oh, God! What did you do? Is that a burning body?
She turned from the door to exit, and I took off after her. Lacey, just wait, I can explain. She kept stumbling forward, trying to get away from me. But I caught up to her, pulling back on her shirt, gently stopping her.
Let me go! Get off of me!
Would you calm down for just a damn second?
Calm down! Rayne, you killed someone! And burnt them in that place! I saw it! I saw everything! I smelt it! Who the hell was that? What the hell?
She wasn't the first person. She won't be the last. But right now, my main concern was Lacey. She was hyperventilating. Just breathe and let me explain. You weren't supposed to see that.
That's supposed to make me feel better.
I didn't blame her for reacting the way she did. She still believed this town had some good left in it. It didn't. Burg was rotten through the walls, and someone had to stand against it. That someone was me. I kept rubbing her back, my palm following the curve of her spine. I could feel it trembling under my hand, and I tried to steady it. That's right. Just breathe. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Lacey, you were kidnapped. And that woman in there that I put in the furnace, she helped make it happen.
What? Oh my god! I'm going to be sick.
Yeah. Given what they put you through, that reaction makes sense. None of that was on you. Her name was Trisha Stagmer, and she was case file number 41136-R. Well, the R will be for my red sticker. So she'd really just be 41136.
Trisha? She took me?
No, she didn't take you, but she was part of the ring that did. She knew what was happening. And I found you because of that tracker I gave you. The one you called me paranoid about? Good thing you kept it on. The signal was weak, but it was enough to get me to you. You did everything right, Lace. I'm here. You're safe. Just breathe. I'm not gonna hurt you. I would never do that. I'm still Rayne Shadow. I'm still your friend. One of your closest.
So, all of this was you. You saved me from the trafficking ring, and the woman in the mask. That was you too?
I nodded. I didn't expect her to trust me yet. Not after everything she'd been through. But her shaking was starting to ease, little by little. And that told me she was trying.
What now?
Now we get more intel of out-of-town buyers from an auction.
You're a part of this too?
No. I work alone. This town system is corrupt, Lacey, and I'm sorry you got dragged into it. It was never supposed to touch you. Harper's helping me tomorrow. Before we slid Trisha into the furnace, she said his sister might still be alive. Do you remember anything after they took you? Lacey shook her head. Okay, let's get you back to my place to get you cleaned up, and I'll explain more, okay?
I'll be in touch, Rayne. Text or call me if you need anything. What time tomorrow?
We'll meet back here around 8. We'll use my car. Dress like you're going to buy people. I swallowed back a gag the second the words left my mouth. Part of me wanted to storm in and level the place, but that wasn't an option. I must have made a face because Harper answered before I could say anything.
Yeah, the thought made me sick too. But okay. See you tomorrow.
Lace, I want you to come back to my place for the night. You shouldn't be alone after this.
Huh. You want me to stay with you? After what I just saw, Rayne, you'll be lucky if I even talk to you again.
Not exactly the reaction I was hoping for, especially after just admitting I saved you. But okay, Lace, now I feel like a real piece of shit because you're making it sound like I'm entitled. I'm not entitled to anything. Just want you safe. That's all.
You can't just get caught in the act of killing someone, then expect me to be okay with it.
I'm not asking you to be okay with it, Lacey. No one should be. I'll carry that darkness, not you. Not anyone else. I'm asking you to come with me because you're shaken, you're hurt, and you shouldn't be alone right now. Let me get you cleaned up. Let me make sure you're safe. That's all I'm asking. Please trust me. She stepped back. brushing off the dirt from her clothes, which was not the same clothes she was at the club in. Those assholes undressed her, put her in something new. It made my blood boil.
I do feel nasty. I think I've threw up more times than I can count tonight.
Then come back with me. Shower, sleep. I'll stay out of your way if you want. I just need to know someone isn't coming after you. And if they do, they'll have to deal with me.
You killed her.
I did. And I'd do it again for anyone who ever tried to hurt you. Or any of my friends. If you come with me, I'll tell you everything. From the beginning. No lies. I wasn't trying to manipulate her. I was trying to keep her safe. If having her stay over was the only way to do it, then so be it. I wasn't asking for a girls' night or anything close to it. I just needed her where I could watch over her. Somewhere I knew she wouldn't get taken again.
Okay.
A small smile formed across my lips, and we walked towards the yard of the cemetery back to my car. Lacey didn't look at me the whole ride back. Not once. She stared straight ahead, hands rubbing together in her lap like she was trying to keep herself from shaking. Every few seconds, she let out this slow breath. The kind people use when they're trying to not fall apart. The silence sat between us, tight and uncomfortable. Eventually, I decided to be the one to break the ice. Shortly after you were taken, I tried to get Stacey to help me look for you, but she was too blasted.
Huh, that seems about right. How long have you been doing this?
And there it is. The moment I've been waiting for. The question I knew would come the second she saw who I really was. It hits harder when it's spoken out loud. I could lie and tell her this all started when I moved here. Pretended I just stumbled into this life. Or I could tell her the truth. That the first person I ever took out was my stepfather. And I did it to protect my mother. But she didn't need that truth. Not tonight. She was already shaking, already trying to hold herself together. She didn't need the weight of my beginnings or the things I've done since. Some parts of me are meant to stay in the dark, and I'm willing to carry those alone. What she needed was safety, not the whole monster. Since I realized Burg was corrupt.
And the cops, they're involved.
Yeah, most likely. And somebody knows something about Harper's sister.
How many people have you killed, Rayne?
The question hung in the air, heavy enough to choke on. A small silence filled the car, and I heard Lacey start shaking and sobbing again, soft and broken. The sound made something twist in my chest.
Oh, God.
Hey, listen to me. It's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna hurt you, Lacey. I told you I'd never do that. And listen closely because you need to hear this. The people I've taken out weren't random. They weren't good. This town is rotting from the inside, and most of the ones I've killed were part of that rot. Traffickers, abusers, corrupt officials who used their power to hide what they were doing. People who hurt others because they knew no one would stop them. I stepped in because no one else would. The system here protects monsters, so I remove them. That's the truth. And you need to understand something. You were never in danger from me. Not once. Not ever.
You keep telling me that. But how long have you been lying to Stacey and me?
First of all, screw Stacey. I brought her back to her place when you were gone to hunt for you. She didn't even show any sign of emotion when I told her you were gone. I took off right for you when I realized you weren't there. It's not like you to just hook up and leave.
She thought I was hooking up without my phone?
Yeah, she did.
This is great. My one friend doesn't give two shits about me while the other one is a serial killer.
Serial killer. She threw it around like it was a bad word. I guess it is. Hearing it come from her mouth made my stomach twist. Like she thought I enjoyed any of this. I don't. There's no thrill in what I do, no rush. I do it because someone has to. Because this town deserves better than the monsters running it. I locked up my car and started walking, keeping just far enough ahead that I could still watch her from the corner of my eye. Part of me wanted to give her space. The other part wouldn't stop tracking every breath she took, making sure she wasn't about to fall apart again. Hey, Dex.
And suddenly, I just realized why she named her cat Dexter.
It's been a minute since you've been here. Do you remember where the shower is?
Yeah.
I'll lay out some clothes for you. I know I'm taller than you, but maybe I can find something that will help fit you.
Actually, do you have any alcohol? I need a drink.
Yeah, I have some bottles of beer in the fridge.
Doesn't matter what they are. I'll take 3.
Okay, then. I headed to the fridge and grabbed 4 bottles of Blue Moon. I set them on the table, twisted the caps off 2 of them, and kept one for myself. I hope you like Blue Moon. Never mind, I guess it doesn't matter. She stopped only long enough to take a breath, then grabbed her second beer and chugged it. She wasn't handling what she saw well. Hey, maybe let's slow down for a second, okay?
Oh, fuck you, Rayne.
Okay, then. Lacey chugged her last bottle and set it on the table. She pushed herself to her feet, stumbling a little as she headed for the shower. I watched her make her way down the hall and close the door behind her. Finally, I took a slow sip of my beer and walked over to the filing cabinet. Pulling out Trisha's file, I pressed a red sticker onto the edge and slid it into the bottom drawer with the rest of the red dot cases. I needed a moment to close out Stagmer's file properly. When I shut the drawer, I heard the shower turn off and the bathroom door open. I moved back to the couch, grabbed my beer like I'd never left, and took another drink. Lacey walked into the room with a towel wrapped around her body and another twisted over her hair. Shower go okay?
It went fine, but there was something I noticed.
It caught me off guard. I didn't think anything of the towels until she dropped them and stepped out into the living room completely bare. Water clung to her skin, running in slow lines down her stomach and legs, the spots she missed when she was drying off. She was fit, stronger than she liked to admit. Tight waist, solid hips, legs built from years of lifting. I always teased her about never skipping leg day. Guess she wasn't lying. I shouldn't have been staring, but for a second, everything else slipped out of my head. The blood, the fire, the bleach still lingering in the air, all of it. Then she pointed to a small scar above her left breast, and reality snapped back, hard. I swallowed and forced myself to focus. She caught my attention before I could say anything.
Rayne!
Huh? What is it?
Here. On my left breast, there's a scar.
She grabbed my hand, letting me skim over her scar. Her breast, soft, smooth. It was very much a scar, but seeing how this was the first time I had seen her naked, even in the living room of my house, and I found it very distracting, I stumbled on my words. Was that not there before?
No. That's what I'm saying. Do you think they marked me?
I didn't answer right away. My eyes locked in on her figure. I was still processing what just happened. Not the scar, but why is she standing here part wet and naked, and the way she looked at me when she let go? And for a second, I didn't want her to. I could stalk people, kill people, shove bad people into a furnace without blinking. But the second an attractive woman who happened to be my best friend stands naked in my living room, I turn to jello. I swallowed hard and chose my next words carefully. I don't know. She stepped closer and shoved me playfully onto the couch, knocking me flat on my back. She then swung a leg over and settled on top of me like it was the most natural thing in the world.
You don't think there's some sort of tracking device in me, do you? Here, got a better look.
I felt vulnerable and awkward. She leaned in and our lips met with one another. I didn't want to stop. I shut my eyes, taking in her scent. No, this was wrong. Lacey was hurt and drunk, but most of all, what was I doing? I flipped her over on the couch and staggered away.
Hey!
I'm sorry. You're very beautiful, and you're Lacey, and I just can't. Not only that, but you're drunk and hurting. I'm not going to take advantage of that.
You aren't.
No. Not tonight, Lacey. Sorry. I bent over, picked up her towel, and handed it back to her. She took it from me and wrapped it around herself again.
Do you not find me attractive? And what about this mark on my breast?
Finding her attractive wasn't the problem at all. Trust me, that is not the problem. The problem is you're drunk, Lacey. As for the mark, I will examine you tomorrow, when you're sober. I grabbed the blanket that was over top of my couch, throwing it around her, and grabbed a pillow from the other side. She fell down, shutting her eyes. I put a comforting hand on her forehead, running it through her hair, kissing the top of her forehead. You get some rest, okay? I'll talk to you in the morning. I shut my bedroom door and slid down to the floor. The fake smile I kept on for her finally cracked, dropping into a frown I couldn't hide. What was I even doing? I couldn't have anything with Lacey. Yeah, she was beautiful. Anyone with working eyes could see that. But she didn't take what I do well. Not at all. Maybe it was just the alcohol. Maybe she'd found me attractive all along and tonight finally gave her an excuse. She practically threw herself at me. But the way she did it, part of me felt like she was preying on my sexuality without realizing it. Like she knew I cared and used it because she was hurting. I pushed myself up from the floor and dropped onto the bed, exhausted. She doesn't need someone like me in her life. It would only complicate things. And right now, I don't need any more complications. Dexter slipped in through the cat door and jumped onto the bed, settling on my chest like he owned the place. I shut my eyes and let sleep finally drag me under.
Hello?
Miss Vale, sorry to bother you, but there's some news. One of your warehouses got broken into the other night.
What? And have you seen Trisha? She didn't come home last night.
No, there's been no sign of her.
What about my warehouse? Did the shipment go through?
No, that's part of the reason why I'm calling. The cops are over there and the girls escaped.
Shit! Which warehouse is this?
We've already sent a limo to come pick you up, but it's Camden Drive warehouse.
Are you there currently?
No, I bounced when the cops showed.
Good call. I'll be down in 10 minutes. Make sure that limo is still running when I'm down there.
Noted.
I got up out of bed, doing my morning routine, and making my way down to the limo.
Camden Drive warehouse?
Make it quick.
On it.
I have 14 minutes to kill, so I decided to try and get in touch with Trisha. I was starting to worry. It wasn't like her to be gone all night long. I pulled out my phone, sending her another text message, seeing where she didn't respond to the others I've left her. Hey, please message me when you get this, boo. I hope everything is okay. Love you and talk to you soon. I hit send and stared at the screen, as if sheer willpower would make her message back. Nothing. Just an empty space where her name used to light up with emojis late at night saying, "Thinking of you," text. I hated waiting. It made me feel powerless. And I don't do powerless. Come on, Trisha. Where the hell are you?
We're here, Miss Vale.
Keep the engine running. I shouldn't be long.
Whoa! Easy there. We got an active crime scene here. You might as well get back in your limo and turn back around.
That's cute that you think that I'm someone that listens to you. Who's in charge here?
That would be me, Detective Ramsey. You should listen to the officer here. We've got an active investigation going on.
Detective Ramsey. Don't think we've met. I'm Zariah Vale, owner of this warehouse, one of many in the area.
So, you're the owner, huh? Care to explain the drug paraphernalia? Blood. Not enough to ID anyone. Also an elevator we can't seem to move or have access to the lower level at all. Care to explain that?
Any questions you have will go to my lawyer. I need in there. But what I don't need is for you to follow me. If you or one of the officers do, I will press charges. Understood?
I'm sorry?
Did I stutter?
Listen, I don't know who the hell you think you are, lady, but you cannot go in there. There's evidence still being worked on in the scene in there.
I don't give a damn about your scene. Remove your goons.
Who the hell are you? I'm not just going to remove my officers.
You will do whatever the hell I tell you to do, unless you want to get fired from the force.
What?
I pulled out my phone to text the chief of Burg Police, and within a few seconds...
Ramsey here. What? Are you sure, Chief? All right, then.
Well?
All right, everyone, pack it up. Let's take a break.
Good boy. The police crew exited the warehouse one by one. I made my way down to the entrance, slipping inside through the doorway. Top floor looked fine. Small traces of blood? The detective said there was some. I looked around the warehouse to see if I could find what he was talking about. There, under a side metal beam. Small traces, but not enough to find anyone. There was also what appeared to be a crack pipe that was clearly planted. Probably done by someone in my crew to throw the cops off. I bent down at the corner of the warehouse, examining the spot. Was this Trisha's blood? She's now been missing 24 hours. Whoever has her, I will personally find them and do away with them myself. Security stations in the lower wing. That's where the real story will be. Dumbasses said they couldn't get to the lower level. Of course they couldn't. I don't know what the chief of police was thinking, sending a new detective I've not yet met over to investigate my warehouse. No matter. After tonight's auction, everything will go through me. Big leaders will be there, and the chief of police will be too. But it'll be a miracle if they even make it out alive for what I have planned. The lower level was a mess. Not the clean, orderly operation I built from scratch. Nothing but chaos. Chairs knocked over as well as medical carts. A tray of syringes scattered across the floor like a goddamn free clinic. Someone left in a hurry. No final check, no sweep, no lockdown. Sloppy. And I don't like sloppy. It gets people killed and noticed. I made my way to the security station, slipping inside. and hit a key on the keyboard, bringing the monitors back to life. Most of the feeds were corrupted. All but one. I moved the mouse over to it, clicking on it to maximize it. There, in hallway C. The emergency protocol trigger. Alarm lights? That would explain how the cops were here before my people. The doors of every hallway opened. Every girl we took, gone. Damn it! I don't like it when things don't go the way they are supposed to. The only reason I'm in the field is because things were controlled, calculated, and planned. Not only that, but the money is great. Burg wasn't known for his high-paying jobs. And after tonight, everyone in my network will remember my name. Hello. Who are you? In the lower left corner, entering the walkway, there was a woman. A masked woman, pushing a cart. My eyes widened in shock. Was that Trisha in the cart? I gritted my teeth. Who the hell are you? I zoomed in on the feed, but whoever this was smart. She kept her back turned to the camera. All black tactical gear. She stole a disguise to get in, which would mean she had access to the security area here too. Slowing the feed down, I fast forward to see if I could get a better visual. That's when the room number hit me. That was Lacey Staten's room. She was prepped and ready to go. Was this person Rayne? Rayne Shadow? Oh, this just got interesting. It would appear I need to pay her a little visit before tonight. I know Trisha hired her to keep her off our tail for taking her friend. But if this was indeed Rayne, and she has Trisha, then this meant war. I stopped the feed, hitting the eject button, grabbing the disc from the side, and sticking it in my pocket to pull out my phone, checking the time. Your meeting will have to wait till tomorrow, Rayne. I have a party to attend to tonight, and so far, everything is right on cue.
Morning, sleepyhead. Here's some coffee.
Rayne? Oh, my head.
Yeah, you're gonna need caffeine and electrolytes and water, so drink up. But before you do, stand up if you don't mind. Lacey pushed herself up from the couch, one hand braced on the cushion to keep her balance. I grabbed my metal detector wand and ran it across her chest, trying not to think about last night or the kiss she probably didn't remember. Thankfully, the wand stayed silent.
Did you want to talk about it?
And here it comes. About what?
How I basically threw myself at you last night and you wanted nothing to do with me. Even after we kissed.
There's nothing to talk about. You were drunk. You're clean, by the way. There's no tracking device on you. It would appear they branded you. Probably when you were knocked out.
Rayne, can you drop the whole PI tough girl act for 1 second? I'm trying to tell you I'm attracted to you. I have been for the longest time.
Well, that explains why you were naked in my living room last night. Saying I didn't find her attractive was an understatement. My mind kept flashing back to her skin, still wet from the shower, little streams of water running down the top of her breast and across her stomach. It was impossible not to notice, but I couldn't. Not with her. She didn't need someone like me in her life. Not with the things I've done. Not the darkness I carry. She deserves someone who isn't broken like me. Lacey, I don't know what you want me to say. You don't need someone like me in your life. I'd only cause you more heartache and trauma. My job isn't done.
Job? What job? Being a private investigator for your company or the other one?
Other one?
Private investigator by day and town executioner by night.
My eyes widened. She saw me last night, drunk and hurting. She saw everything. And now she was reaching towards me. I couldn't tell if it was for comfort, for answers, or because she didn't know what else to do. Either way, hearing her call me an executioner made my stomach twist, like the word was branding itself into me. I think it's best you leave. I'll drive you home.
What? You don't like it? I thought it sounded kind of cool. You're like the female version of Dexter, but in real life.
No, I'm nothing like Dexter. He's fiction. What I do is justice, and is darkness. I don't have a bloodlust like him. I wouldn't praise or wish what I do on anyone. But if I don't, who else is going to?
Rayne, I wasn't trying to mess anything up. I just thought maybe I could help with things tonight.
It's not a thing, Lacey. It's an auction, and not the kind with art and wine. The kind where powerful people from all around the states meet up and sell people like you.
You think I don't know that? That I haven't been replaying last night in my head over and over again? It's part of the reason why I drank so much last night. Sorry about your beer, by the way. I remember everything and how it felt to be nothing.
That hit harder than I wanted to admit. But she wasn't nothing. Definitely not to me. Still, I had to stay the course. She couldn't go back in there with me. Which is exactly why you're not going. You just got out. If they see your face again, they'll rebrand you like cattle, strip you down, start over. Only this time, you might not make it out alive. You cannot go.
And Harper gets to go?
She was right. Harper was my fake date to get into that place tonight. He's not my call. He's made it clear he's going. These assholes might have his sister. But if you go in there, they will know you instantly. At least the person that knew Harper and me is dead now. And when I got you out, I was in disguise. The only thing the camera would have caught might have been my eyes. If there was even any feed left before her people scrubbed the place from all the girls running out and the local BPD showed up.
So that's it then. You just shut me out again, even after I just told you how I feel about you. What am I supposed to do with all of this?
You're supposed to live, Lacey. Not come looking for a second round. Leave that all to me. Now grab your things and I'll drive you home. About what I do. Yeah, I'd really appreciate if you kept that between us. Please, just grab your things and let me take you home. She just stood there, looking hurt. I didn't know what to say or how to fix it, and that terrified me more than anything I'd faced tonight. Because these feelings, this wasn't a world I knew how to navigate.
You know what the worst part about this is? You keep saying you're doing all this for people like me, but you won't let me decide if I want you in my life, or if I want to be in yours.
Lace.
Fine. You win. I'll go. I'll catch an Uber. And your secret is safe with me. But for the love of God, Rayne, do not get yourself killed. Burg needs someone like you.
She turned to leave without another word, and it gutted me. Not because I didn't care, but because I cared too damn much. And right now, I didn't need that. Not with what's about to go down. I pressed my back against the door and slid down onto the hardwood. A single tear slipped down my cheek before I could stop it. I'm sorry, Lace. Text message from Harper. One word. Ready. I wiped the tear from my eye, standing back up. Right. Time to suit up, but not in my normal suit. This time, I'll be going right in the belly of the beast. And not as Rayne Shadow, either. I made my way to my closet, picking out my best dress. A short, midnight black number with silver sparkles that clung in all the right places. Low cut, tight fit, and just enough leg to turn heads. I grabbed a push-up bra from one of my other hangers and slipped it on, enhancing the illusion. Tonight wasn't about stealth or lurking in the shadows. Tonight was about seduction, deception, and getting through the front door without alerting anyone. I put my wig cap on, grabbing one of my favorite wigs from the rack. Sleek auburn, shoulder length with soft waves. Sexy, not too bold, not too shy. It would do just fine. I grabbed my sheath dagger, wrapping it around my upper thigh. When I finished with everything, I stood in front of the mirror, turning. Damn, I look good. Tonight, I'm Vivian Cross. A name I haven't used in years. I hate it, but it worked last time. It would work again. Last time I did, 3 people ended up dead, and a senator fled the state. Yeah, that wasn't fun. All right, Vivian, let's go get Harper. Wow was right. Harper got in the car, his eyes lingering a little too long on my breast. But he looked good, too. His hair was slicked back with hair gel, and his beard was neatly groomed in an all-black suit, complete with a black tie, fit and tailored to match his broad frame. Polished shoes, damn near unrecognizable from the man who usually smelled like whiskey and regret. Wow was right. You clean up well, too. If you keep staring at my breasts like that, I'm charging you by the mile.
Sorry, just trying to figure out where you have a blade hidden in such a tight dress.
Oh, I'm positive that's what had you hypnotized. Don't worry about the blade. Just remember tonight, I'm not Rayne, I'm Vivian Cross.
Got it. Anything else I should know before we arrive?
Other than the fact that it's sickening we have to dress up and smile for these monsters? Just remember, no killing tonight. We're here to gather intel. That's it.
Understood, but if that bitch has my sister...
Harper, I mean it. No killing. No sudden moves. It's already risky letting you come. We blow our cover, we blow everything. Understand?
Fine.
Harper and I made small talk on the drive. He asked about Lacey and a few other things. I told him she'd be okay. At least, I hoped she would be. A few quiet minutes later, we hit the outskirts of town and pulled up to Point Drive, Warehouse C. Cars were lined up around the back. The sickos even had valet parking. I pulled in and killed the engine. Harper was already reaching for the door handle. Hang on. Harper, check the dashboard. There's a burner phone in there. Hand it to me.
Okay. Here. What are you doing?
Making sure I'm on the list with the +1.
Damn, Rayne. You really are good at this.
It's not my first rodeo. All right, stick this back in the dash and let's go. The place looked like it was hosting a high-end fashion show. String lights, velvet ropes, and a red carpet dyed the same shade as the blood of the innocent these people stepped on. Harper stayed close beside me as we headed toward the entrance. A young man in a suit stood there with an earpiece and a tablet for the guest list.
Name?
Vivian Cross with +1. The doorman punched my name on his tablet, and after a short second of scroll, he looked back up.
Right this way, Miss Cross. Enjoy.
The warehouse had been gutted and redressed in sin and silk. Velvet ropes, crystal chandeliers, masked men in suits and women in designer dresses who probably didn't know or care what was really being sold here. Everyone was smiling. Everyone had secrets. I even saw some familiar senator faces. Can't say I was too shocked. Stay close and don't eat or drink a damn thing. Remember, tonight is to figure out what Zariah is up to. And try to remember you're my arm candy tonight. Try not to scoff too hard, okay?
This is sick. All these people are a part of this.
Yeah, let's grab a seat. Harper and I made our way to the seats, finding a table closest to the center. Crystal clear glasses already filled. Amber liquid, catching the soft glow of hanging chandeliers that didn't belong in a damn warehouse. It was the kind of elegance that felt manufactured. The smell of polished metal and expensive perfume didn't hide what these high-class vultures were doing. The laughter, polite nods, and teeth to white. Faces I recognized from headlines, businessmen, senators, out-of-town elites. I frowned, looking over at Harper. His mood matched mine. He was here for his sister. I was here to stop this. All of this. My eyes darted back around the room. Majority of these people should be behind bars. They knew. They all knew. Selling people like priceless canvases to the highest bidder with no reserve. No soul. Just girls that were underage. Or the ones that weren't underage had no consent to be sold and do things against their will. I still scanned the room, looking for Zariah. Still no sign. More people rolled in from behind. She orchestrated all this. She just made the top of my file list. With a big red dot so big, it might as well be painted in blood. And it will be. But not tonight. Tonight, I watched. Tonight, I tried to blend in, even if it made me sick to my stomach. I leaned over to Harper. I know it's hard, but try to act like you're thrilled to be here. For the love of God, do not drink or eat anything. After I'm done talking to you, do a fake laugh and respond back. Try to blend in, okay?
Understood. I didn't realize this ran so deep. Am I seeing senators here?
Stop! I told you we have to wait. Yeah, just remember, we're here to scout.
Hard to wait when you're looking so damn good in that dress, Vivian. Understood.
The music started to dim, and everyone in the area started to quiet down. A spokeswoman made her way to the stage up to the microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here tonight, not just for pleasure, but for power, for purpose. And while some of you are local and others have traveled from far, I promise you, what you take away tonight will be unforgettable.
Harper and I fake clapped to keep our cover.
So tonight marks the 4th annual Masquerade of Opportunity Ball. I leave you with this before Zariah enters the stage. Tonight, we don't just celebrate wealth and ambition. We celebrate honor with the privilege of shaping the world from the shadows. May your investments be fruitful and your appetites satisfied. Without further ado, please welcome to the stage Zariah Vale.
4th. They were calling this the Masquerade of Opportunity Ball. There had been 4 of these damn things. All of it happening right under our noses in this town. And not just here. Our local and national government knew about it and still let it happen. They let these people get away with everything. I gagged, covering my mouth, refusing to clap this time. My eyes shifted to Harper. His jaw was clenched tight, and I reached under the table, placing a hand on his leg to steady him. Zariah walked up to the podium, and my concern drifted from Harper to her. My fingers slid to the blade hidden beneath my skirt. Harper noticed and shook his head at me.
Thank you, friends, allies, and architects of the new age. It brings me great joy to stand before you tonight. Not just as a host, but as a symbol of progress and as something much, much more. Tonight, we're all united by wealth.
Again, Harper and I didn't clap. Every word Zariah said seemed well-timed, like some sort of gospel to these pricks.
Tonight is a celebration of luxury and possibility. All of you have helped shape what we are. though a few have forgotten the value of their place. Allow me to remind them.
My eyebrow perked up in curiosity as my eyes shifted from around the room, hearing the loud clanging sound of people's faces falling on tables and glasses being knocked over.
If appear too much, some of us have had. Some of us.
And that one thing is who really runs the show here in Burg. Some of you needed reminding of what Burg is capable of.
Rayne, what the hell is this? What's going on?
I looked around the opened warehouse to see more and more people falling, heads slumping, bodies twitching, glasses being shattered across tables. My eyes widened in fear. The drinks, the food, all of this was poison. Confusion and panic started to set in with the audience. She's poisoning them through the food and drinks.
What?
Some of you forgot who built this empire. Tonight that changes. From this moment on, everything that goes in and out of Burg, West Virginia goes through me. Oh, don't worry. The way out is the same way you came. But none of you will be leaving this room alive. No more backroom deals that I didn't approve. No more favors owed by politicians who think they hold power. And no more fucking law enforcement pretending they can touch me.
We gotta get out of here.
Harper was right. We needed to move. But she just said the only way out was the way we came, and it was locked. Before I could think of any form of a plan, Zariah said,
For anyone still seated who declined their last meal, relax. I wouldn't dream of leaving you out. I have something special just for you.
She reached down below the podium, putting on a gas mask. Gas spewing from the top of the warehouse. This wasn't just a massacre. It was a message. A full-on reset. She was wiping the slate clean of everyone in control. I felt rage boil under my skin, but more than anything, I felt stupid. Should have seen this coming. Shit. Harper, down, gas. I grabbed Harper by the collar, yanking him down with me underneath the table. My eyes were already stinging, the gas creeping lower. He took his jacket off, covering me. But it was already starting to get to me, causing me to cough and choke.
Oh, shit. We're sitting ducks here.
I wrapped his tux jacket around my mouth and nose, trying to filter out a majority of the gas, but some of it still choked me up. Not if we move smart. Stay low. Let's move. We stayed down low, crawling around the dead and unconscious bodies around us. The gas made everything feel slow.
Some of you might feel confused, betrayed even. But I assure you, this is not personal. Do not fight what you can't control. Let it go with the gas. This is the new world. Cleaner. Loyal.
She's insane.
I turned my head behind me to see Zariah standing up on the stage. Her arms were in the air like some damn queen. She was proud of this. Wore the gas mask like a damn crown. No, she's calculated. This is a power grab. I don't think I can make it, Harper.
Damn it, Rayne. Don't say.
Harper! Damn it, no! Before Harper could do anything, he collapsed. Not far from me. My coughing fits were getting bad, too. I looked up to see one of her guards stepping out from around a corner with his gas mask on, pointing a flashlight gun at me. No, wait! Before I could plead anymore, a boot came down on top of my head.
All clear down here, Miss Vale. All targets neutralized.
Good. Just a few more minutes. Turning the fan on now to extract the rest of the gas.
Miss Vale, the dump truck is ready out back by the loading bay.
Good. Make sure the flood wall is open downtown and the harbor is clear. Load these up and dump them in the river. I want no traces of anyone. Understood?
Understood, Miss Vale. All right. You heard the woman in charge. Let's go. Move. Damn! Some of these are still warm.
Doesn't matter. Bago Montago.
Let tonight be the first page of a new chapter. The ones hidden in the shadows and never obeyed die. It's time to wing out the traitors, and tonight every unworthy hand that fed from this table has been cut off. Make sure you guys leave no one alive. Spread their remains throughout the Ohio River. I want no traces of a single body found.
$122.
What?
That's how many of these people died tonight. That's a new record for Miss Vale. It felt cold as hell. What's your take on her doing this?
Honestly, I don't care. All those people in that building deserve to die. Miss Vale knows exactly what she's doing.
You don't find it the least bit disturbing that she killed all her closest allies? Also, she can have power?
We're here and you do? Look, I don't plan on disobeying Miss Vale, or even getting in her way. She knows what she's doing and knows what's best for Burg. If she wants everything to pass by her and she's got to kill some officials to make it that way, so be it. You know what I mean? Even if she's got to ship off some people to please these rich sickos. It's not my problem. It's really just the only job that pays decent enough to pay my mortgage, feed my family, and still have money to do this in this world. Does it suck? Not saying I agree with it, but the way I look at it, as long as I'm getting my check, I don't ask questions. I'm just following orders. That's the way I look at it.
I guess.
Just be glad we aren't the ones that have to dismember them.
Let's hope they're all dead.
The hell does that mean? Didn't Jim shoot the rest of the ones he thought was still breathing?
Oh, yeah, but what I meant was, never mind. This feels wrong.
There's no such thing as wrong. Only what gets you killed and what doesn't. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to get killed. Especially after seeing this last night. Looks like that's the last of them. Right on cue, too. Shredder crew will be here in a few hours to do the messy part. I don't know where Miss Vale gets her boats, but I am thankful she does. Let's move. She said she's got Harper.
Harper? Harper Knox? The cemetery owner.
Yeah, that's what she said.
What the hell was he doing at the ball?
No clue. But let's go.
was falling from somewhere. The deepest parts of my mind, bad trip from the gas. Maybe. I landed on hard surface. The air being knocked out of me. As I stood back up, I found I was standing in ankle-deep blood.
Let it go with the gas. This is the new world.
Zariah! I took off after her, blood soaking my boots with every step. I was close enough to grab her when she vanished. The next thing I heard was the scream of a saw slicing into flesh. My stomach dropped. I fell forward, catching myself on my hands and knees. No! The smell. Oh God. Even if I've burnt bodies in the past, this was the smell of rot and decay.
Your turn!
Hello?
Let it go with the gas.
No, I will stop you! My body jerked as I snapped back into reality. I was tangled in dead, rotting bodies pinned beneath their weight. I must have been at the bottom. I couldn't move.
We're going to need to pick up the pace. The other guards said 122 people were at this party.
I tried to move once again, but couldn't. The smell of the rot and copper made me gag. I turned my head to the side, trying to suck in anything that wasn't death. But it was everywhere. In my mouth, my hair, under my nails.
Hey, did you hear that?
Huh? Hear what?
Sounded like someone coughing.
What? Do you think they missed one or something? Come on, man. We don't have time to waste. We gotta get these people dismembered before dawn. We can't be dumping bodies in the Ohio in broad daylight.
All right, fine. Here, let me see that.
Holding my breath a bit and managing to move my hand, I felt down around my thigh where I kept my hidden blade. It was gone. Shit. I needed a way out of the corpse pile, but the bodies stacked on top of me pinned me in place. I forced my eyes downward. My blade was there, sticking out of one of their hands. There you are.
All right, I know what I saw. That pile just moved.
What? This again?
I am telling you, I know what I saw.
Fine. We'll check it out. But I'm sure it was nothing. You're going to have to be the one to tell Miss Vale why we were late to dispose of these bodies. Can't wait to find your coughing corpse. You going to give it CPR next?
Shut up and just help me keep moving these.
Hey, get a load of this one. Her ass is hanging out from her skirt being so short.
And check her damn pulse.
Oh, gladly. Shame she's dead, though. She's got a nice body.
I hadn't even realized, but the way I was tangled in with the corpses, my skirt had ridden up, thong and everything out. So the creep wasn't wrong, but luckily for me, men like that were easy. Show a little skin, and they forget everything else. Makes my job and plans easier, if you ask me. I pushed up off the ground, slicing with my knife.
What the hell? Don't move!
My arms trembled while my legs barely held me up. I stayed crouched, breathing hard for air, trying to maintain my composure. Covered in blood and the smell of death, I felt like hell. It was a sight for sore eyes. But most importantly, these assholes ruined my good dress.
What the hell's going on? Are you real?
I could ask you the same question.
Just drop the knife and stand up slowly.
The truth was, I wasn't sure if I could stand up slowly. I was drained. The last little bit of strength I had went into slicing his friend's neck. I unlaced my heels while I was crouched down to get rid of the pain in my feet and legs.
No! Stop moving! I said stand up slowly, damn it!
All right, then have it your way. I placed my dagger on the ground at my feet, standing up, putting my hands in the air.
That's right. Nice and slow. How the hell did you survive last night? She said no one was supposed to survive.
Well, unfortunately for you, I did. His hands were shaking. He didn't want to shoot me. I could see it in his eyes. Fear. This wasn't a man who'd fired a gun before tonight. Just another following orders or doing his job. Unfortunately for him, I was exhausted, drenched in blood, and missing my friend. If you're gonna shoot, then do it. Like you said, I was not meant to survive. But too bad for you, because I'm done waiting. I spun down, sweeping his legs from underneath him, spinning back around on the ground to grab my dagger and putting it to his throat, resting a knee on his chest.
No! Please, wait!
Then talk, before I slice your neck open.
What do you want to know?
Start with your radio. Status report. I want to know how deep this runs. Where the hell am I? And where's my friend Harper?
Harper? Ah!
I stabbed my knife into his leg. Yeah, Harper Knox. Where is he?
I'm sorry, I don't know. Miss Vale controls. Other than that, I don't know what else you want. She's in control of everything, payments and everything. How much do you remember from last night? Ah!
I sliced him in the other leg. Nope. I will be asking the questions around here. Get on your radio and give me some time with your status report.
Oh, this is the butcher team. Doing the status report. All is good. Proceeding with cleanup.
Understood. Proceed with the plan.
There, now please, let me go.
Yeah, I can't do that. You would have let your friend there have his way with me. Not only that, but look at what you're doing. Look at how messed up this is. I'm a little over people like you just following orders. The bone saw. The man whose neck I sliced earlier dropped it not far from me, still holding a knee on the man's chest. I grabbed it with one hand and sheathed my dagger with the other. Maybe it's time you see what real justice feels like.
No! Please don't! No!
Stood back up and let the man bleed out, turning away to dry heave. God, what did I just do? It's different when they're unconscious, not screaming or pleading. I really was a monster. Trisha was different. I hoped I'd never face this again. I breathed, forcing my composure, and looked around the boat. Death hung in the air, a mountain of bodies behind me. 2 men I had just killed, and I still needed a way off this boat. I headed for the captain's quarters. The boat was already on autopilot, which told me one of the 2 men had been piloting it. I flipped a switch and steered us closer to the shore, then hit the anchor. The ship groaned as it came to a halt. I left the captain's quarters and moved back to the lower level, into the fueling room. Mrs. Vale didn't cut corners when it came to supplying her people. This 5-story boat had everything I'd need to survive on the river. Everything except one. And that was a way off this death boat. Something I needed to do. I cut the fuel line and grabbed 2 nearby buckets, letting them fill. I opened the emergency supply case and took the flare gun, tucking it into the front of my dress. I carried the fuller bucket up the stairs while dumping the other behind me, letting the fuel trail and left the line to bleed out as I went. I didn't stop until I reached the outer deck. All right, I got one shot at this. Gotta make it right. I aimed the flare gun at the trail of diesel fuel I left behind and fired while leaping off the ship. despite the heat, the water was freezing. It didn't help that I was barely clothed in this dress. I swam towards the surface and turned just in time to watch the boat's upper hull sink beneath the flames. I swam until I couldn't feel my legs, then dragged myself onto the riverbank, crawling through the mud before collapsing onto my back. I looked down at the dress I loved. Mud, blood. Was I kidding? It was ruined. I stayed there for a moment and let out a dry, amused chuckle. I really need to quit dressing up for events I'm not invited to. Even covered in filth, the riverbank was almost pretty. The night air, the water, the firelight. Apparently, a burning boat counts as ambiance now. Now I had to figure out what the hell they'd done with Harper. Please, be alive. I stood, brushing mud and blood from my skirt, and pushed my way through the trees towards the interstate. I didn't know exactly where I was, but Burg couldn't be far. I found the interstate quickly and followed it through the tree line, staying hidden in the woods alongside the road. I didn't want anyone seeing me. Not like this. After a while, I finally spotted a sign. Burg, West Virginia. 5 miles. Great. 5 miles to town. No shoes, barefoot, barely clothed. That walk was going to take hours. I started moving anyway, every sound setting my nerves on edge. A car backfiring in the distance nearly sent me into a ditch. The last thing I needed was a cop pulling over and getting a look at me. Yeah, that would be perfect. Exactly what I needed right now. I kept walking until the trees thinned. That's when I saw it. A gas station up ahead. My eyes lit up as I took off running. Think about this for a second, Rayne. What are you going to tell the clerk? Hi, my name is Vivian Cross, and never mind this blood and mud on me, but can I use your phone? Guess I'll figure it out.
Hello? Rough night? Oh my gosh, are you bleeding? Are you hurt? Do you need me to call 911?
No, I'm fine. I was out at a party down by the river. Met a really hot guy. Turns out the creep drugged me. I woke up looking like this, but I am fine. I just need to use your phone. Please, I don't want to report it. I'll just have my friend Lacey pick me up. It wasn't a full lie, just the parts that mattered. A little bit of a helpless damsel routine goes a long way when you look like hell, but still know how to sell the story.
Okay. Here.
The gentleman handed me the phone, and I dialed Lacey's number. Come on, Lacey, pick up. This was embarrassing. Rayne Shadow, private investigator by day, by night, blood-stained, mud-soaked woman. I got Lacey's voicemail.
Hey, it's Lacey. You know what to do.
Lacey, it's Rayne. Please answer. I'll call you back within a minute. I hung up the cordless phone. The gas station clerk looked at me, raising one eyebrow. What? It's a number she didn't recognize. I need to call her back in a second, if you're okay with that.
I'm fine with it, but if you can't get a hold of her, I am going to have to call the cops.
What? Why? I told you I didn't want to report what happened.
Listen, it's after 2 a.m. and you come stumbling in here soaked in blood and mud, claiming you were drugged by some party down at the river. What do you expect me to do? Drive you home myself? I have a store to run, lady.
Okay. Look, I didn't want to tell you this earlier, but I'm actually a private investigator in Burg. I reached up, taking my wig and bald cap off. Shocked it stayed on this long. I was working on a case down the road and things went south, so calling the cops won't help any.
Oh, I had no idea. You just don't look like a cop. I mean, no offense, but you look kind of like a working girl dressed like that.
Working girl? The dress. Well, it was expensive and none taken. Nights like tonight are the reason why I work alone. I seriously need to get a hold of my friend. She's probably worried sick.
Okay, but if you can't get a hold of her, my shift ends in an hour. I can take you back home.
Thanks.
Hello? Rayne?
Lacey. Oh, I've never been so happy to hear your voice. I was so happy I wanted to cry. I didn't like these emotions, not in the least bit. Crying always makes me feel helpless, and I was far from that. Hey, Jesus Christ, Rayne, spit it out and quit thinking about how she came onto you in your living room.
Are you hurt? Where are you?
No, I'm fine. I'm alive. Barely. I'm at the Marathon gas station off Route 19, I think. Can you come and get me and take me home, please? God, I hated this. Every part of it. Feeling so small and asking for help from a girl who was just standing naked in my apartment 24 hours ago and threw herself at me. My life has become complicated.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm leaving my apartment now. Stay there and don't move. I should be there in about 20 minutes or so.
And Lace, can you bring an extra pair of clothes too? I look like a goddamn horror movie extra.
What happened?
I'll explain everything when you get here, but not now. See you soon, and thank you for everything. I hung up the phone, letting my wet black hair cover my face. Tears started to flow, and I couldn't stop them. I hated everything. I wanted to be left alone and cuddle with my cat, but I couldn't. The clerk came over and grabbed the phone from me.
Hey, you okay? Is your friend coming?
Yeah, she is. Do you mind if I use the restroom? Maybe I can, excuse me, maybe I can clean myself up a bit before she gets here.
Yeah, no problem. It's right behind you. Are you sure you're okay? You don't need me to call the cops.
No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine, really. There's no one coming after me if that's what you're worried about. Excuse me? When I got into the bathroom, my emotions went into overdrive. I locked the door, leaned against the sink, and just lost it. I sobbed like a child. The kind of crying that tears through your whole body and makes it shake. I didn't even recognize the sounds coming out of me. They weren't tough or sounded anything like me. They were human. Too human. Something I didn't think I was for the longest time. Get it together, Rayne. Just get it together. Do not let this town break you. I grabbed some paper towels from the dispensary and started scrubbing the blood off my arms, legs, and face. It was dried, streaked into me, under my nails and my hair, all over my dress. I looked like something straight out of a nightmare. But what hit me harder than the sight in the mirror was the silence. Other than my occasional sniffing from holding back more tears. Harper might be dead, and it was all my fault. He got involved in this to try and figure out what happened to his sister, and it was my fault. I should have never let him come along, and the worst part of all, I didn't even get to say goodbye. He wasn't just a good friend to me, or a partner in crime, so to speak. He was my anchor, my family. And then there was Lacey. She didn't sign up for this, whatever this was. But she came anyway. The one person still willing to show up when I needed her the most. Maybe she really does love me. And maybe that's what scares me the most. I can't let someone else love me. And I can't even love myself for what I'm doing.
Hey, miss. Your friend is here looking for you.
I exited the bathroom. And before I could even see Lacey, she pulled me in for a hug.
My God, I'm so glad you're okay.
She pulled away from me, getting a good look at me.
You weren't kidding about how you look. Here, I brought some comfortable baggy clothes.
Thanks, Lace. You don't know how much this means to me, really. Give me 1 second to get out of this damn dress. I slipped back into the women's restroom, stripped off my dress, and made my way back out to meet up with Lacey, waving a gentle goodbye hand at the clerk for being so nice to me.
Okay, so what happened?
Harper might be dead, and it's all my fault.
What? What do you mean?
Damn it. Why can't I stop crying? What is wrong with me? I've buried pain deeper than this before. Why does this one feel like it's ripping me apart? We were at some big ball for the elite and Zariah was there. I was even in disguise, but everything started going to hell. People started getting sick. Then next thing I know, there was a gas agent that came from the ceiling. The ones left alive were executed. I steadied my voice, looking over at Lacey, her gaze focused on the road ahead, but her brow crinkled with fear, almost like she knew what I was going to say. I hated to ask, but I had to, with a knot in my throat holding back more tears. What is it?
This ball you guys went to. It's already been talked about on the news. I saw it last night before I passed out.
What?
Yeah, they're calling it a terrorist attack. Blamed it on some extremist group and said the whole thing was staged to assassinate a few politicians.
A terrorist attack. That was their cover story? Typical. Clean, easy, and designed to keep people blind. No one would question it. Not when you can just write it up to another tragedy in this messed up world. No. Zariah orchestrated this, and I'm lucky to be alive.
Jesus. And you said Harper was with you? And he didn't make it?
I don't know, Lace. 1 second he was beside me, crawling towards the exit. The next he's gone. I'm waking up under a mountain of dead bodies on some 5-story boat.
What? Bodies? Boat?
Yeah. And I burnt the whole damn thing down, Lace. Apparently, she had this all planned. Even had a butcher crew in place to dismember the bodies one by one, bag them up, throw them in the Ohio. I was one of those people that was set to be dismembered. What is wrong with you, Rayne? Get it together. I have never been this way before about death, let alone my own. Why is all of this hitting me so hard?
Oh my God. Does she know it was you?
No. I hid my identity. Thankfully, I have a pretty good wig system. It all stayed intact, even after being under all those dead people.
Jesus, Rayne. I don't know what to say. We're here now at your place. I'm staying with you tonight.
Thank you, but I kind of want to be alone tonight, in silence, so I could cry my eyes out more with my cat, mourn a friend, and rest. Give me enough time to think about what happened tonight.
Well, that sucks for you, because I wasn't asking.
I didn't protest. I was too tired, too beaten up, and my emotions were on overdrive. We made our way up to the top of my apartment complex, not saying much to one another. I could still feel Lacey's eyes fixed on me like she wanted to reach out and hug me, or tell me everything was going to be okay, but she didn't know how to. I always kept a spare key under the mat. I grabbed it, unlocking the door and stepping in. Dexter came running down, rubbing up against my leg, giving me some purse. This brought a small smile to my face. I scooped him up, taking in his scent and giving him the pets. Hey, buddy. Did you miss me? I did you.
Do you have any tea? I could make us some.
I do, but no thanks, Lace. I think I'm just gonna get some shut-eye, take a shower, and pass out. Thank you for everything.
Of course. You're my friend. I'd do anything for you.
I put Dexter down, making my way down the hall to the shower, stopping before I entered into the bathroom, calling back out to Lace. Lace?
Yeah?
You don't have to sleep on the couch tonight. I very much would like you to sleep in my bedroom with me. If you're okay with that.
Of course.
I smiled, making my way into the bathroom, and hopped into the shower. The water felt like 1,000 needles hitting my skin. I didn't even realize how scraped up I was until the dry blood began running down the drain in streaks. Some of it was mine, some of it wasn't. I didn't even want to think about it. I let the hot water overcome me, relax my muscles. After a good exfoliating shower, I did my skincare routine, slipped on a pair of comfortable short shorts and a baggy shirt, tying my hair up in a towel to make my way to my bedroom, meeting up with Lacey. She was already laying down on the far side of the bed, wearing one of my old hoodies, watching me as I entered into my room with no judgment in her eyes, just warmth. Thank you for staying.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
God, I didn't deserve her. I crawled into bed. She turned over and wrapped a comforting arm around me. For the first time in years, I didn't feel alone. Everyone I get close to dies, Lace. You mentioned before why I didn't tell you and Stacey about this. Well, this is why. Harper might be dead and it's all my fault.
I'm still here, Rayne. I'm not going anywhere.
Dexter leapt up and made himself at home, laying on top of us. This caused both of us to give a little chuckle, and it felt good to laugh for a second. Good boy, Dex. I shut my eyes, letting sleep overcome me. Still exhausted, I grabbed my phone from the side table to see who it was. I opened the Ring app and froze. 2 men stood outside my door, dressed in black suits, sunglasses. Between them was a woman, maybe 5'4". Long, straight black hair framed a sharp jawline like a blade laid against velvet. Her dark skin was porcelain smooth, a stark contrast to the obsidian trench coat hugging her curves like it had been tailored for her alone. Gold cufflinks, blood-red lipstick, oversized sunglasses hiding eyes I didn't need to see to know they were dangerous. She didn't fidget, didn't glance away from the camera. I blinked, half expecting exhaustion to clear the image. It didn't. Standing outside my door was Zariah Vale, and deep in my gut, I knew she had my address long before I ever blew up her murder boat.
What? Who is it?
It's her. She's here. I held the phone up so Lacey could see. Her eyes blinked a few times, then widened in shock. Yeah, her, as in Zariah.
Oh my God, what do we do?
Nothing to do. She must know about Trisha and how I killed her. That's why she's here. Why else would she be here? This isn't a courtesy call. Zariah Vale doesn't knock. She hunts. And tonight I'm the wounded animal she's tracked back to its den. I hated it. I was the one that was hunted, not the other way around. I could feel the pressure behind my eyes, that cold tightening in the chest, like the walls were closing in. I exhaled, looking at my phone. The way she stood there, poised like a queen on my doorstep, said everything.
Answer it!
What? Why? She could be here to kill me.
She's not leaving. We have to do something. Just play it like you weren't here.
All right. Easy for you to say, Lacey. You didn't just blow up one of her boats and rescue you from her trafficking rings. But here goes nothing. Hello?
Hello, Miss Shadow. I need to speak with you.
She needed to speak with me. Like hell she did. This wasn't a negotiation. This wasn't a meeting. It was a power play. And I could see right through it. I swallowed hard, choosing my words wisely before answering her. I'm not in the office currently. Besides, you need to make an appointment. She moved around, looking at her two goons behind her in a shrugging motion. To prove a point. My brow frowned as I gritted my teeth.
Odd. I don't see a sign or anything that says I need an appointment. No. What's even odder is there's a car out front that's not yours. Want to know how I know it's not yours? Because yours is parked down at my Point Park warehouse.
Shit. My car. Forgot my car. Of course she tracked it. She probably needed to do that to dispose of all the other leftover vehicles. She probably owned some damn junkyard or something. This wasn't a bluff. She wanted me to know she was watching, even before I crawled out from her floating death tomb. This was intimidation at its finest. I could easily grab my extra pair of knives and stab her in the face right here, inside of my apartment. But I didn't want Dexter or Lacey to see that. I once again gulped and was able to respond, but before I did, she came back with,
So, why don't you let me in so we can talk?
If I let her in, one of us may end up leaving in a body bag, and it probably wouldn't be me. Who am I kidding? At the moment, it could very well be me. I'm beaten up and wounded. I didn't want to put Lacey's life at risk by letting her in, but I also needed to figure out what this bitch did with Harper. I hit the mute button on the app. I need you to stay here in my room, okay? Lock this door and you and Dexter stay in here no matter what, okay?
What? You aren't seriously considering going out there?
She's not leaving, Lace. It's going to be the only way she'll go away. Please, just stay here.
God damn it, Rayne. Fine.
I unmuted the app, letting my darker side slip back in. Fine. Give me 1 minute to slip something on. I made my way across the bedroom, opening up a drawer to slip into a dark, short-sleeved shirt and my cargo pants, and putting my blade in my boot, grabbing my hair tie on my dresser, tying my hair back. Before I exited the room, Lacey grabbed me from behind, giving me another hug, whispering into my ear that sent chills down my spine.
Be careful, okay?
You two stay in here until I come and get you. My steps were slow but steady, like walking towards the gallows with my chin up. I passed the photos on my hallway wall, snapshots of cases closed, people I've saved. My mind shot back to my filing cabinet of the cases I saved in a darker method, which more recently have been more than I've been happy with. I stopped short of my deadbolt, my hand hovering over it, and that damn pressure in my chest returned. This was no client, no case. This was Zariah Vale, Queen Pin of Burg. Well, now she was, after her mass extinction event. I unlocked the door, trying to put on my friendliest face as possible. Hey, sorry about that. Come on in. She stepped in like she already owned the place, like her name was on the lease, and I was just squatting. The scent of her perfume hit me first, something rich and exotic and dangerous, like roses grown in soil soaked with blood. Her eyes scanned everything, but not with curiosity, with calculation. A predator surveying the den. It almost felt like she was looking for evidence of Trisha being here. She was, but she's not now. And there will be no traces of me doing away with her. She's neatly in a little trash can in the crematory I use to dispose of people like you, Miss Vale.
So, do you want to tell me why your car was at my warehouse the night of my ball, and you weren't there?
That's the problem. I was there. You just don't know. Maybe you can tell me what the hell you did with my friend Harper. I was out late last night working on a case. Forgot where I parked. Happens to the best of us.
Oh, don't insult either of us, Miss Shadow. You were at my auction last night, but there is one thing I need to know and haven't figured it out yet.
She didn't raise her voice. Didn't need to. Her tone alone was enough to cut through a normal person. But I wasn't a normal person. I too was a predator. But somehow, some way I wasn't able to read Zariah. And I read everyone. She was a blackout curtain with a smile. And what's that?
If you were there, how did you survive the terrorist attack on my warehouse?
Yeah, I too am still trying to piece that one together. I'm also trying to piece together what you did with my good friend Harper.
No worries. I'm just glad you're safe. I've been to local law enforcement with this, but they can't help, it seems. And you know, I don't usually visit people's homes. It's beneath me. I'm not here to scold you, Miss Shadow. I'm here because my wife Trisha is missing. Thought maybe you could help.
Boom. There it is. The name, the trigger. Trisha Stagmer. The same woman who came into my office and sat right where she is. The same woman I caught running one of her warehouses and trafficking girls. Girls like Lacey. The same woman whose ashes now sit quietly in a little trash can in Harper's crematory, like the filth she is. And perhaps maybe you'll be joining her soon. Sorry to hear that. I assume the two of you weren't on good terms.
No, we weren't, to say the least. But she was still mine. And I always keep what's mine.
I felt the lie clench between my teeth like a bite guard. I couldn't give anything away, not my thoughts, not my guilt, because the moment I did, Zariah would smell it. She didn't need proof. She just needed a crack. One emotional twitch, and she'd dig in. Sorry, I haven't seen her. Can't help you.
That's unfortunate. I thought perhaps she might have come to you. You do seem to have a habit of attracting women with secrets.
Was that a threat? A flirt? Both? Her eyes landed on the closed hallway door. Lingered. I got up out of the office chair and stood in front of her before she could see the shoes sitting outside the door.
She knows things, Rayne. And if she's gone, I need to know. I need to know even if she's alive. You know, closure, justice.
My jaw tightened. Closure? Justice. Big words for a woman whose empire was built on bodies and mass extinction. She really doesn't know. She doesn't know how I survived the terrorist attack. She doesn't know I'm the one that blew up her murder boat. She's here for answers. And maybe to mourn? To investigate. To figure out if the woman she once controlled betrayed her, and if I had anything to do with it. Like I said, I haven't seen her. But if I do, I'll let you know. Zariah stood back up, brushing her jacket off, and turned around to exit my apartment. But before she went, I figured I'd put a little pun in myself. Predator to predator. Have you by any chance seen Harper or Addison Knox?
Who?
She stopped dead in her tracks, shifting herself back over to me, looking me dead in the eyes. not blinking or even giving a head motion. You heard me, bitch. But just in case you didn't. Harper Knox. He's missing. He also mentioned his sister was missing. Put me on the case. Shortly before he came up missing. You know, the owner of Quiet Pass Cemetery, big guy, kind of handsome, blue eyes, short black hair, beard, stubble.
No, I haven't. But if I have, I'll be sure to let my trio directive know. Let me know if you find my wife. If she's alive, tell her to come home. If she's dead, tell her the same. I'll show myself out now. Come on, boys.
Trio directive. What the hell did that mean? I exhaled, deadbolting the door behind her. Out of all my years of doing this, I have never been so tense. I made my way over to the computer in my apartment, looking up the trio directive name she dropped. It's clear, Lacey. She's gone.
Holy shit, Rayne. What was all of that?
How much of that did you catch?
Almost all of it, just in case I needed to call 911.
Yeah? Did you catch the trio thing she dropped?
I did, but I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, well, you should have. She did that on purpose. Sometimes Google can be an amazing tool. I turned the computer screen over to Lacey so she could see what the trio directive was. Her eyes widened with shock. Trio directive is kind of like a small little league of enforcers Zariah hired to do her dirty work. Keep the town of Burg in line when she couldn't get her own hands dirty. All of them were listed one by one, starting with Darnell Pierce. The mugshot alone made my skin crawl. Mid-40s, prison tattoos crawling up his neck, that dead-eyed stare of someone who'd already decided whose blood is next. The charges under his name read like a serial killer's greatest hits: assault, missing girl, date rape, trafficking, suspected homicide, suspected arson. And those were just the things they could pin on him. The other two weren't much better. One was an ex-cop stripped of his badge for brutality, now wearing it like a medal. The other, a ghost. No photo, no name, just whispers. They called him the Collector.
Jesus, Rayne. If these are the people she's going to have running this city...
Yeah. I'm not letting her get away with doing away with the Knoxes. I firmly believe Harper is alive. And she knows I was at her party. She just can't pinpoint me or know how I survived. Hell, I'm not even sure how I did.
What? What do you plan on doing?
I'm starting with Mr. Pierce here, and I'm going to find Harper.
You're going to take them out?
If I were a convicted predator in this town that took women, where would I hang out?
A bar?
Bingo. You let me handle this part.
You're going after him tonight, even still being emotionally scarred and injured.
If I don't, then who will? Not the politicians, not the cops that try to control the law in this town. No. It's up to me. I'm getting Harper back one way or the other, Lace. And I'm going to end Vale's sick little